Well, hello and welcome to the 2017 Newcombe medal, coming to you live from the Palladium at Crown in Melbourne, Australia. It is tennis's night of nights, Australian tennis's night of nights, and we have a fantastic program coming up live from the blue carpet. My name's John Hoovenars. I'm joined by the delightful Nat Edwards. Good evening, Nat.
Good evening, John. It's absolutely fabulous to be here. You're looking very dapper indeed.
Thank you.
And we are, of course, on the beautiful blue carpet here at Crown Palladium. We are coming to you live on Facebook, so don't forget you can share, you can like it, and you can also comment, and we'd love to hear from you, not just on Facebook but also on Twitter tonight. You can tweet us at Tennis Australia and use the hashtag Nukes17. John, I know you'll be on Twitter a little bit later.
That's right, hashtag capital NEWKS17. We can collate all of your responses, plus live updates from inside the Palladium coming to you right throughout the evening as we count down to the big award, the Newcombe medal.
And let's talk about that now. 5 fabulous nominees for this award. We'll start with Barty. She's had such a terrific season. She was outside the top 200 and went as high as number 17 in the world. And John, it's so impressive given that she spent 18 months out of the sport playing cricket.
It's a fantastic story. We look forward to seeing what happens tonight for Barty. Nick Kyrgios is one of the nominees as well. He's had a big 2 years away from nominations. He won it in 2014, back tonight. Also John Peers, a big year on the doubles circuit, again defending his title at the season-ending World Tour Finals with Henry Conson, and he earns a 3rd nomination tonight.
Yeah, Daria Gavrilova has also had an outstanding year, winning her first WTA title at New Haven in August. And we can't forget Jordan Thompson, who beat Andy Murray, the world #1 at the time in Queens. What a highlight for him. He also achieved a career best number 63 ranking in the world. But it's not about that. Let's talk to some of the stars of the blue carpet right now, John.
The who's who of Australian tennis are joining us, and we start with one of the biggest names in Aussie tennis. Sam Groth, welcome to the blue carpet.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
And also Britt as well. Thanks for joining us.
Lovely to see you both. Let's start with you guys. It's obviously just nice as a change to be out of the tennis gear and onto the blue carpet.
Yeah, it's always nice, and it's great to come here to Crown and I guess to celebrate the year that has been Australian tennis. But yeah, certainly to get out some sports clothes and throw something a little bit nicer on is always nice.
Former winner of this award, take us back to that moment. What is it like to be crowned, the best performing and I guess the best character player in Australian tennis for that year?
Yeah, I mean, 2015, was an amazing year for me, and then to cap it off with the Newcombe medal, it's something I cherish very dearly. And didn't get the chance to come back last year. We were on holiday in the Caribbean, which was nice, but to come back for the first time again since I've won it is it's something that's special to me.
And Sam, obviously announcing that you will retire after the 2018 Australian Open. Have you had a chance yet to, I guess, reflect on what your career has been so far?
A little bit. I've been asked the question a lot. I think when the Australian Open comes around, it'll probably be, hit me a little bit harder. I don't know how I'm going to react. It's going to be something I haven't really experienced feeling before, but I've really enjoyed the time I've had playing tennis on tour, and I'm excited about whatever comes next in that next chapter.
Brittany, will it be emotional for you as well?
Well, you know what? I'm kind of looking forward to it. Obviously, it'll be sad because it's such a huge part of his life, and it's been amazing, and we met through the tennis community. But at the same time, it'll be a good life adjustment, I think, being at home. We're about to get our 2nd puppy, and we only bought the house in December. So it's definitely a nice change, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Thought of a name for the puppy yet?
Oh, yeah, Lulu.
What's the first dog?
We have a toy poodle named Millie. Britt wanted a small dog, and I wanted a big dog. So Britt got the toy poodle, and now we're getting a lab.
But I surprised him with it. He didn't know that we were getting it, and I was just like, surprise, we've got a puppy. And
surprise, Sam,
Great
or bad
surprise? Great surprise.
Grothy, Britt, thank you so much for joining us on the blue carpet. Have a great night inside Newcombe medal 2017.
Awesome, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys.
Sam Groth and Britt Boys. Well, let's take a look, Nat, at some of the years gone by in Newcombe medal and check out some of the winners of yesteryear. It's a great pleasure to catch up with the man after whom this great event is named. John Newcombe, welcome to the blue carpet.
Thank you very much.
What are you most looking forward to about a night like this, named in your honour?
Well, of course, at the end of the night, it's nice to find out who the medal goes to. But during the night, that's what I look forward to. All the people, the grassroots of tennis from around Australia, the little tennis clubs and places, you know, out in Western Australia, Northern Territory, Queensland, wherever it may be, they're getting awards for what they've done in services to tennis. And I find that part of the evening great.
John, we have 5 fabulous nominees in 2017. Your hot tip for tonight?
I can't do that just yet. I think there's 5 hot tips. Actually, the 5 people that are up for the award, they've all had a magnificent year.
Can you believe that someone like Ash Barty has quit the sport for 18 months, played cricket and then come back to play tennis and done so well? Did she surprise you this season?
Well, not really, because I first saw Ash play in the Wimbledon Juniors when she was 14, 15, and it was obvious that she had a heck of a lot of talent. And she got a lot of attention, a lot of media attention, public attention, and I think that all sort of overwhelmed her. So it was a good move to go away for about 18 months and just see if she really wanted to come back into the sport. We're all glad she did.
You've got a big job to do tonight, so we won't hold you too long, John, but enjoy a night inside Newcombe Medal 2017.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Newcombe Medal Awards, and we have with us former Davis Cup captain of Australia, Neil Fraser, and his wife Thea. Thank you both so much for joining us. It's been a terrific year for tennis in Australia. What are you looking forward to tonight, Neil?
Well, tonight, I'm very interested to see who wins the Newcombe Medal. That's a very prized selection these days in tennis, and I think we could have had a little better year in tennis as far as I was concerned, I think. But anyhow, maybe 2018 will bring better results.
Obviously, the men were able to make the semi-finals in the Davis Cup, and getting back there, they've got a tie coming up in February as well. You're hoping they do pretty well?
Yeah, well, they're playing Germany and it's at home, so hopefully a bit of home ground advantage, and we get our players. They should be in good form after the Australian Open, because it won't be long after that. It's a tough match. The Germans, young Zavraja is going to be tough to beat, but you know, as long as if Leighton can get our boys into form, we should win it.
Well, behind every Aussie legend, there is another Aussie legend in support. And Thea, what's it like being wife to this guy here?
Actually, it's rather good. I enjoy it.
He's been a champion of Australian tennis, and what's he like at home, though?
He's still a champion at home.
Well, we hope you both enjoy your night in there tonight. Have a great time.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Neil and Thea Fraser. So, Nat, don't forget the conversation continues on Facebook right throughout, going live. Hashtag Nuke17.
Yes,
we have
of course.
Another bright guest coming through. One of the stars
indeed.
of Australian tennis on the women's circuit, Jamie Foulis.
Hi, Jamie. How are you? You're looking absolutely stunning. It must be nice to get out of the tennis gear and frock up for once.
Yeah, definitely. I think we dress up probably once a year at these big events. Yeah, so it's really nice to feel pretty, get your makeup done. So yeah.
Talk about your year this year. I mean, it's been pretty good, and obviously it started at the Australian Open where you won your maiden Grand Slam, your first round win.
Yeah, it's been an unreal year. It's I don't think I've expected it. I don't think other people have expected it. But yeah, it started off at the Australian Open and then led to the French and then the back end of the year. And hopefully I can do it again this December showdown.
And finishing school all at the same time. How is it making that transition from the junior tour to the pro tour?
Yeah, school was a big part of my life, and I really wanted to finish it. And that's a goal that I've done. And yeah, we'll see how it goes now, transitioning and playing tennis full time.
It's crazy that you've got this far and still your star continues to rise, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It's a little bit scary, but hopefully it's good.
And plans for the summer?
So I'll play 18s nationals and the wildcard playoff, and hopefully get a chance at a couple of WTAs, but we'll see how it goes.
5 finalists for the Newcombe Medal tonight. Have you got a quick tip for us?
I I'm going Ash. I think Ash, yeah.
That's my tip as well, Jamie. I think most of us are on the same page.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the blue carpet and enjoy the night.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Jamie.
Thank you.
So now the conversation continuing, hashtag Nuke17, and on Twitter all throughout the night.
Yeah, Twitter. You can tweet us on at Tennis Australia, of course, using that hashtag Nukes17, and we'll have plenty to come on this fabulous blue carpet. And you can't forget as well that on at around 9:30 we'll also be having a second live stream on Facebook, and that will be, of course, the announcement of the 2017 Newcombe medalist.
Wherever you're watching around the world on Facebook Live, let us know where you're watching, and we'll give you a plug. Of course, the 5 finalists tonight all contending for the biggest award in Australian tennis, the 2017 Newcombe medal. This is a magnificent atmosphere. You look around the room, you see all the greats of Australian tennis, past and present now. Everyone.
Yeah, it's really buzzing here. It's excitement. People are relaxed. They've had a very long year on the tennis circuit, and this is just a chance of them to get together, catch up, and I guess let their hair down just a little bit before the Australian summer of tennis hits, which I can't wait for, John. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
And little Birdie tells me too, Nat, that your childhood coach is up for an award as well.
He is indeed. Craig Tyser, who coaches Ash Barty. He's up for a coaching excellence in the high performance category. Taught me how to hit what I hope is a killer backhand, but others might have a different opinion.
I've witnessed it.
But he taught me how to play tennis, so absolutely terrific to have him nominated tonight.
Well, let's welcome our next guest to the blue carpet, of course, coming to you live from the Crown Palladium here in Melbourne. It's a very good evening to Anastasia Rodionova. Anastasia, welcome along. Nat Edwards.
Lovely to see you.
Good to see you.
You look absolutely stunning. Is it nice to sort of, I guess, put training to the side and dress up tonight?
Yeah, it's a great event. It's always great to see the tennis community, get changed out of the tennis clothes and, put the nice outfit on and have fun.
I've been following you on Twitter and Instagram, and it looks like you've had some very tough training sessions around St Kilda of late. How's that all going?
Yeah, I already started training, but before that, I actually went to Great Barrier Reef for the first time, and it was amazing. I've never snorkeled before, so I had so much fun. But yeah, now I'm back in training, and some sessions are pretty tough.
Now, we know you didn't grow up here playing your tennis, but what is it about Australia and tennis that is so special?
Well, we have a lot of great tennis players, and it's Australian tennis. The history of it, it's amazing, and starting back with Rod Laver, and I think all the players here work hard, and there's also the community, the tennis community, they stay together, and I think people in general just love the sport.
And proud to see your younger sister kicking goals as well this year.
Yeah, she had a pretty good year, and I hope next year is going to be even better for her.
Well, best of luck for the season ahead, the summer season, and with your training. Hopefully it's not too much of a hard slog, but we really appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy the night.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Anastasia Rodionova joining us live on the blue carpet, coming to you from Crown Palladium here in Melbourne, Australia. Fans watching right around the world now. We know there's many Aussie fans, but also in Europe and the UK, the United States, and in
anywhere,
Asia.
even in the car, but not when you're driving. Don't do that. We wouldn't want that at all.
Time to welcome one of our good friends, Todd Woodbridge.
Hello.
One half of the Woodies. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you. Great to be here and catching up with old mates and enemies, as on-court enemies, not off-court enemies. But it's great to be here.
I thought you came with someone else.
I did, but she didn't want to be interviewed. Yeah, she leaves that to me. My wife, of course. Natasha.
Natasha,
yeah.
Sorry,
I'm loving this suit that you're wearing, Todd. Is it velvet?
It is. It's a little velvety suede brown, slightly different, and I feel good in it.
As you should. Now, you've been very busy because you've been in Sydney covering the golf, of course.
Yes, well, we shouldn't talk about golf at Tennis's Night of Nights, but yeah, it's a bit of a passion of mine, and nice in a way to be just outside of the tennis bubble, because it makes you appreciate actually how good we do things in tennis. It was fun to go do it. But our Open smashes everybody else's.
It does. It is the world's best, of course. Who's your tip for tonight?
I don't think we can go past Ash Barty, although, of course, I've got a soft spot for John Peers. because of my double successes, and watching him win an Aussie Open this year was fantastic. And then, of course, winning the ATP finals as well for the second year in a row. Mightily impressed about how he's done. And sometimes it's difficult to come back a year and do what you've done and hold your position, and he's done that, so that's terrific. But I think Ash's performance is probably going to get her across the line.
Well, Todd, usually I say have a great night and enjoy it, but you've got plenty to do tonight.
I've got to go do some work as well, so I'll be up and down on stage a little bit, helping with some presentations and some chit-chat, so I better go and get my notes.
Thank you, Todd Woodbridge, one of the legends of Australian tennis, of course, inducted in 2010. Let's move on to another legend of Australian tennis, arguably one of the biggest names this country has ever borne in the sport of tennis. Yvonne Goolagong, welcome to the blue carpet.
Oh, it's good to be back.
What do you like about an event like the Newcombe Medal? It's the 8th edition this year. I presume you've been to just about all of them?
Oh, just about. I think it's wonderful. You know, it really recognises the achievement of tennis players all around Australia, but not just the tennis players, but the clubs and everybody involved in this wonderful game.
And it's been fantastic this year to see quite a few women doing really, really well on the tour. We've got Ash Barty and Daria Gavrilova nominated for the Newcombe Medal Award, and both of them have had terrific seasons.
Oh, I'm very proud of them both, really, and their girls. It was just fantastic for women's tennis.
Do you have a hot tip? Because I know Ash Barty is standing sort of in the vicinity.
Well,
a bit too close,
you know, Ash is a friend of mine, but also I think she's been wonderful on a comeback to tennis. Absolutely amazing. So I'd pick Ash.
Indeed, she has. Thank you so much for joining us, Yvonne, and enjoy the night. Of course, one of our nominees is about to join us on the blue carpet.
We just got to get her attention. She's a popular woman tonight.
She's very popular tonight,
Barty.
and that is okay. It is, of course, Ash.
Welcome along to the blue carpet. One of the hot favourites, it must be said. We've interviewed a fair few people already. Your name has come up a fair amount. How are you feeling on a night like this, being nominated for the Newcombe Medal, the biggest award in Australian tennis?
Yeah, it's nice just for, I think, the Australian tennis community to come together, and this night's much more about the players. I think it's more about the clubs, the communities, the volunteers, and it's just nice to sort of all come together in one room.
Now, this is going live to Facebook, so a lot of your fans are watching, and all the comments underneath this video are saying, Ash needs to win it, she's amazing, go Ash. So what's your message to the fans watching on Facebook?
Oh, no, thank you very much for their support throughout the whole year. And I'm really excited to play in the Aussie Summer. I think it'll have a little bit of a different feel about it this year, and it'll certainly be nice to go out there and play in front of all my fans, but then especially in front of a home crowd.
Let's talk about 2017, Ash, because obviously you started outside the top 200 and you got to as high as 17, and you had that 18 months off playing cricket. I mean, did you exceed your own expectations?
Absolutely. I think for us, we knew that the possibility was there for maybe a few top 10 wins, but that consistency throughout the whole year was probably the biggest surprise and the most pleasing thing, is that we're able to play a really consistent level the whole year, and it was just nice to have my ranking reflect that.
And did you just feel like you were having fun back out there again and loving the sport?
Yeah, I think, I've been able to play with a lot of freedom on the court and go out there and have some fun and play the way that I want to play, and I think that's been a little bit of a turning point for me, and, I'm extremely happy on and off the court, and I think that's been a massive thing.
And we should mention as well that your coach, Craig Tyser, who actually taught me how to play tennis, but good old Craig has been nominated as well for an award tonight, Coaching Excellence in the area of high performance. I mean, talk about what he's meant to you.
Yeah, Tyser's had a massive influence. I think we did a couple of weeks here and there when I was playing originally, and it was a no-brainer for me to start working with Tyser, and I was very lucky that he was sort of available in a coaching sense, and we have a great relationship on and off the court, and the way he is able to analyse tactics, players, even our training sessions, he truly is an amazing coach.
He is an absolute jet.
A big night ahead for you, Ash. I'm sure there's some nerves as well, so go on inside, have a quick drink and enjoy the rest of Newcombe Medal.
Beauty, thanks very much, guys.
Best of luck, Ash.
Ash Barty joining us on the red carpet, on the blue carpet rather. Nat, we've covered tennis, cricket, golf. Is there any sport
and
we're not going to
array of sport, probably not footy, but I can tell you that I think Ash Barty is a Richmond supporter, so she'd be very, very happy that the Tigers won the flag in 2017. There's plenty of action here on the blue carpet. You can, of course, join in the conversation on Facebook, like, share and comment. And you can join us on Twitter @Tennis Australia. Use the hashtag Nukes17.
Well, plenty of athletes past and present on the blue carpet, but also some luminaries, some dignitaries from other spheres of life. And our next guest on the blue carpet is the former Premier of Victoria from some 3 decades ago, Mr. John Cain. Welcome along. Good to see you.
You're John?
Yes, and Mrs. Cain, what was your name?
Nancy.
Nancy, that's right.
Nancy with an E on there.
Thank you so much for joining us. Just gather in here, Nancy.
Yes.
30 years ago,
Yeah.
almost to the day,
Right.
what were you doing?
I was doing many things. I was Premier of Victoria, and many things were happening around Melbourne, as always the case.
What was happening in the heart of Melbourne, maybe around the Birrarung Ma, Flinders Park area?
Oh, the Flinders Park opening, I think, was around this time. I wasn't aware it was exactly 30 years ago. It was a long while getting there, I can tell you that, yeah. But we're delighted to see the Rod Laver Stadium emerge from the depths of parkland.
Have you been able to check out the new redevelopment so far? I think they're up to stage 3.
I haven't been down for the last 8 months, but I was very impressed with the extensions and the redevelopment, the Australian Open last year. So that's, 10 months ago.
Are you a bit of a tennis fan?
I'm a tennis fan of some antiquity now. I don't play very well. I have more enthusiasm than skill.
What's your best shot?
Oh, the best shot was at the net when I didn't have to watch it and judge it too much.
Did you play Nancy?
Yeah, big player.
Who wins out of the two of you?
Well, nobody now. The grandchildren, essentially, yeah.
Nancy, I must ask, I presume over your time as Premier and the wife of John, you've walked a lot of carpets, but have you ever walked a blue carpet before?
No, I don't think we have actually. They're always red.
First time for everything.
We've had black ones.
This is all going on your website, isn't it?
It is. We are live streaming on Facebook right now, so everyone's getting with the social media. Do you have
Facebook's big, is it?
Do you have a Twitter account or an Instagram account, John?
No, I'm an observer, interested observer.
Probably best to stay off it. Well, both of you, thank you so much for joining us and enjoy the night.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, John.
All right, John Cain there.
Yeah, John Cain, 30 years ago, it was the Labor Premier of Victoria, and he was instrumental in instituting what is now Melbourne Park, home of the Australian Open, which
Quite
this
incredible.
year will be celebrating its 30th anniversary of that first one.
Amazing, isn't it? And it's such a fabulous tournament, and the facilities now are looking amazing. I know that you work there in the heart of Melbourne Park, and every time I go there for the Australian Open, I'm amazed by all the new wonderful things that are going on with the redevelopment.
We've already spoken to one of the 5 nominees for Newcombe Medal 2017. It's time to catch up shortly with another one of those. But before we get her, we might talk to the partner of our next guest and get Luke Saville to join us. G'day, Luke. Good to see you. Come join us. Dash is sort of still getting her photos done, but tell us what you're looking forward to about Newcombe Medal 2017.
It's always a fun night. I've been here the last few years. Dash is nominated again, so it's nice that she's recognised. She's been recognised for a good year. Finished in the top 30, so she's had a great year, and it's just nice to get together and not only celebrate the Newcombe medal, but everyone that contributes to Australian tennis.
Luke's just singing your praises there, Dasher. It's lovely to see you on the blue carpet here. Talk about your year. It's career best for you?
Yeah, because I won my first tournament, I would say, yeah, it was probably my best year. But I actually started the year ranked 25 and finished the year ranked 25. So it's good, but I'm hoping to do even better next year.
You did get up to number 20 at one stage. What do you need to do you think, to take that next step?
I think I need to play more consistent, be a little bit more consistent. I played a lot of three-setters this year. To be honest, I think it was like 50% I played three-setters, so that's a lot of energy. So I should try and just make my matches shorter, so that means I have to be more consistent.
We'd all enjoy that.
Thank you.
And Dasha, great to see so much competition at the top end of Australian women's tennis. There's the three, sort of Sam, you and Ash, spurring each other on, so to speak.
Yeah, we're all in a good position. We're all pushing each other, and it's always nice to be here. And this week we're training together, so we really enjoy it.
Dash, you look absolutely stunning. I'm loving the green. Luke as well. scrubs up pretty well, doesn't he? Thank you both for joining us on the blue carpet, and best of luck tonight and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Daria Gavrilova and Luke Saville here on the blue carpet. Straight into our next guest. He is also one of the nominees for the Newcombe Medal 2017, Jordan Thompson. Welcome to the blue carpet. Good to have you along, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You like these events, or you prefer to stay out of the spot?
Yeah, I'm a man of few words, so yes. I don't mind it, it's okay.
Perhaps more comfortable talking about your tennis on court this year. It's been a fantastic meteoric rise, some are saying. You're only 23 years old, but tell us about some of your highlights.
Yeah, and I had a really good year on tour. Last year I finished inside the top 100, and then gave the tour events a real crack this year. And I played more tour events than challenges. I had a couple of good wins. Beat a world #1 and had a few good Davis Cup wins. I'd say that'd be the highlight.
I want to talk about beating Andy Murray. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a thrill. Centre court at Queen's. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I didn't get broken in the match, which is unbelievable for me. And to win in straight sets against a world #1 in his, some say it's his home tournament. So that was a real thrill.
Do you like being the underdog?
Yeah, I mean, it's never bad to go out there and play and swing away. There's no pressure, that's for sure.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck tonight for the Newcombe Medal, a very worthy nominee, and best of luck for the upcoming summer of tennis.
Thank you. Thanks.
A second nomination for Jordan Thompson for the Newcombe Medal. He'll be one of the fancied favourites for the Big Gong tonight. Nat, the big names keep flowing. We're right in the thick of things now.
We are right in the thick of things.
Who have we got with us?
We have Alex Demenar. Alex, welcome to the blue carpet.
Yep.
A little bit unusual. It's different from the red carpet, but how do you feel being suited up today?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. You don't get to do this often, so yeah, I'm looking forward to a fun night.
It all started off with a bang for you. Australian Open main draw. I was at that match, show court 3, absolutely pumping crowd. Where does this year compare in your career so far?
Well, I think that match alone was the highlight of my career. It started the year off with a bang, and it was unbelievable. Hopefully next year I can do the same, and I'm just looking forward to getting the crowd behind me and getting fired up.
What are your goals for 2018, apart from getting some more wins under the belt?
Yeah, getting some more wins under the belt, and also dropping my ranking down. Hopefully I can finish the year and be playing more ATP events and more Grand Slams. That's the goal, but we'll see how it goes.
And what are your plans for the summer of tennis coming up?
Well, at the moment I'm not too sure. I'm just wanting to play some good tennis, hopefully get a lot of wins, and enjoy the journey.
Hoping for a wild card for the Australian Open?
That would be nice.
Fingers crossed for you, Alex. Thank you so much for joining us on the blue carpet.
Thanks a lot.
The Demon, Alex Demenar, joining us on the blue carpet. They keep coming. Another favourite in the Aussie contingent, Peter Luchak. Welcome to the blue carpet.
Thank you very much.
You've just offloaded someone there, I see.
Yeah, I think I wanted to do the same thing. She disappeared. She got out of here. Yeah.
I'm sure this is the 8th Newcombe Medal, but I'm sure you've walked this carpet many times before. Yep. What's so great about an event like this for Australian tennis?
Yeah, it's something special, isn't it? We don't get to do it too often, only once a year. So, something unique. I always grew up watching my Brownlow and seeing them going down the red carpet. So it's pretty nice that tennis puts on an event like this also.
It's an international audience, so just for them, the Brownlow medal is?
Yep, that's Australian rules football. So for all the best footy players we have in Australia, they have a night like this, and the Brownlow is best and fairest player of the year. So we have with the Newcombe Medal the same thing.
So far, everyone we've spoken to has said Ash Barty is their tip for tonight to take out the Newcombe Medal. Are you on the Ash Barty bandwagon as well?
I'll probably say so. She's had a fantastic year to go from, I'm not sure, maybe around 300 to 16 in the world. So, yeah, she's had a fantastic year. But John Peers, he couldn't have done much more. I think he finished 4 in the world, but won the Australian Open and won the Interview Masters in a double. So he's probably a good chance also.
You're keeping an eye on the boys, obviously, with their Davis Cup. They made the semi-finals. They've got a tie against Germany in February, hoping they can get it done. It's quite a tough ask, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really a tough draw to play Germany and then most likely Spain if we get through that one, and they'll be away in Spain. Really tough, but Leighton, he does everything possible to get the boys up and about and get them through. So hopefully we can go one step better, if not two, and win it next year.
That would be brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us on the blue carpet, Peter. Enjoy the night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thanks, Luch. Peter Luchak joining us on the blue carpet. Okay, I don't think we've ever fit this many in before, but we're going to try and do it. Okay, Sally, Tammy. We've got Sally Pearce, Tammy Patterson.
Amazing.
Hi.
How are you going?
Looking amazing, ladies. I'm loving the red as well. Those earrings, statement earrings. It must be nice just to get out and about and enjoy tonight, let your hair down a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun. We don't get to do it very often. So, yeah, I think we just try and make the most of it and always look forward to it each year.
What do you like about these events for Australian tennis?
Probably getting dolled up. Yeah, we work pretty hard during the week and we never get an opportunity to have all this makeup on, I guess, and beautiful dresses like this. So, yeah, probably just getting all girly and pretty.
Now, the big one tonight, the Newcombe medal, 5 finalists, each with a shot at it, but let's hear a tip from each of you.
I'm going to say Ash. She's had an unbelievable year and, yeah, she deserves it. But John as well, Sal's brother.
Some bias, perhaps?
Yeah, look, I think my vote's going to have to go for John, but I'd be really happy for Ash to win it as well. They've both had amazing years, as had all the other nominees.
John's had a particularly big year too because he's had a baby in the last 6 months or so.
Yep, so he became a dad, I became an auntie, so it was really exciting, and yeah, I just love spending so much time with them, and he's just had an amazing year on out and off the court. Yeah.
We've got some gate crashes here
Kim Beryl.
on the blue carpet.
And Maddie Inglis as well. It's the first time we've ever had 4 people. So we've just gone through the tips, Sally and Tammy. We got Newcombe medal, 5 good finalists. Who are we picking first?
I'm definitely picking Ash. She's had an amazing year and I really want to see her win. She really deserves it. And fellow Queenslander, so I'm picking Ash.
Staying true to your colours?
Hey.
Are you in the Ash Barty bandwagon as well?
Definitely Ash. She's got it in the bag.
Now, you obviously, all of you love to party and get frocked up, but what happens after the function is finished? You got plans for tonight?
I've got training early tomorrow morning, so quiet night.
Yeah. Get the heels off as soon as possible.
Very dedicated. Well, ladies, enjoy tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on the blue carpet. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, ladies. Kim Beryl, Tammy Patterson, Maddie Inglis and Sally Pearce joining us on the blue carpet. Coming to you live from Crown Palladium here in Melbourne, Australia.
No, it is absolutely amazing tonight. We've got plenty of buzz. The vibe is electric here at Crown Palladium, isn't it, John?
It is, and you can join in all the action on Twitter at Tennis Australia. Make sure you use the hashtag Newks17. That's NEWKS17.
Yeah, we'll all be on the Twitters later on. There'll be plenty more guests on the blue carpet still to come, and of course at 9:30 we will be announcing live on Facebook the winner of the Newcombe Medal 2017.
So wherever you are in the world, if you're still up in a couple of hours' time, make sure you tune back into the Tennis Australia Facebook page to see who takes out the biggest award in Australian tennis, the 2017 Newcombe Medal. Don't forget, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook as well.
Social media. What's your favourite social media name, John?
I'm pretty much entirely Facebook. I've chosen my medium, I've carved out a niche market there, and that's my go-to.
How's your selfie form with Instagram? No
ordinary.
good? Snapchat?
Wouldn't even know which button to press.
We'll be getting John Hoover
You're an old
on
hand, though, aren't you?
Snapchat and Instagram a little bit later on, but of course you can try and find him on Facebook.
I don't know where I am. Let's have a look at some Newcombe medals gone past to remember some of the previous winners of the Newcombe medal.
We are now joined by new Tennis Australia President Jane Herdlicker. Jane, it's lovely to have you here on the blue carpet, your first blue carpet. Your impressions so far?
Tonight's a very special night in tennis, and for Australians passionate about tennis, today's the day we celebrate. Celebrate all the many achievements from our best players as well as our strongest volunteers.
You've only been in the job a little while now. How has it been for you settling in?
Well, I have a lot to learn, and what I'm most excited by is the huge amount of passion that exists everywhere to get better every day.
Jane, it's such a promising organisation, Tennis Australia, but what's cooking for 2018? What's on the cards as an organisation under your presidency?
Well, look, we're really excited to continue the strong innovation momentum that Tennis Australia is known for, and there's a big calendar in 2018 which sees lots of new things unfolding. We'll continue to push the envelope, which is exciting.
Now, I've got to ask, it's the question that I've had on my mind since you joined, the pronunciation of your surname, because most people around here are saying Jane Herdlicker, but what do you say, and what would be the native pronunciation?
So Jane Herdlicker is right, but that's not the natural pronunciation of my name. My background's Czech, and Hrdlička is the appropriate...
That's what I thought, because we have Lucy Hrdečka, and I presume it's the same derivation.
That's right.
And Jane, do you have a tip for tonight in terms of a Newcombe medalist?
I'm not making any projections about what may or may not happen tonight. All I can say is that we have fantastic nominees who are all deserving of the award, and it's just a question of who pips the rest of the group for the evening.
Great answer, very subtle. Thank you so much for joining us, Jane. Enjoy the night.
Thank you, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
The new president of Tennis Australia, Jane Hrdlička, and also CEO
Good pronunciation there.
Oh, I should have said it the way she told me to say it, right? Jane Herdlicker. My apologies.
Well, we have a more important guest than your pronunciations right now, John. We have John Peers with us, who's obviously a finalist for the Newcombe medal. John, you've had such a terrific year. Have you had time just to, I guess, sit back and reflect on 2017?
To be honest, not yet. I've just started going on holidays about a few days ago, so it's actually nice just to get back in Australia and get some sunshine again.
And it's been a massive year, not just on court, but off court. You became a father.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, a little one upstairs now, so it's a lot more fun off court, and just have family time away from the courts is always good.
I think it was about this time last year when we were talking to you. You'd just come back from London, winning the season-ending World Tour finals with Henry, and you were about to get married that weekend, was it? Or you'd just been married, perhaps?
I'd just been married 2 days earlier, so I just had my wedding anniversary yesterday as well. So,
how did you celebrate?
To be honest, just with family, so it was nice.
Very low-key. Tell us about London again this year. You've defended your title successfully. I don't think that's been done at all before, certainly not that many times. What's it been like for you as a partnership with Henry this year?
No, it's been a good one. I mean, we've been able to peak and play some great tennis at certain parts of the year, and the challenge for us next year is to do well where we haven't done quite as well throughout the year. So, but no, we know we can play some really good tennis, and no, it's going to be a fun year coming up.
You got the Aussie Slam under the belt already. What's the next one that you really want to get your hands on?
Wimby, a nice one to get.
Thank you so much, John, for joining us. Best of luck tonight, and enjoy a night away from the baby.
Will do. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
John Peers joining us live on the blue carpet from Newcombe Medal 2017.
Yeah, John just one of 5 finalists this year. Of course, Ash Barty, Daria Gavrilova, Jordan Thompson, John Peers, as we just saw, and Nick Kyrgios, all nominated for tonight's 2017 Newcombe Medal. It's a star-studded lineup. But I do have to say that I think Ash Barty is the favourite, given all of our guests have tipped her so far, bar a couple.
And given your personal connection with Craig Tyser.
I'm not biased, not at all, John.
I might go with Peersy. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I like the Quiet Achievers. It's his 3rd nomination, and he shares the name with me. And I love doubles.
I really like your the way you're thinking, John, and the way you formulated that opinion. Very
and good to see some
indeed.
Family dynasties walk the blue carpet as well.
It is nice to see some siblings around, but we
Sally
have another
and
guest about to join us here on the blue carpet.
Storm Sanders, welcome along.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
What's so special about the Newcombe medal for you?
I think it's just a great night to celebrate Australian tennis and bring everyone together. There's a lot of even coaches I used to work with when I was younger, referees, players. Like, it's great because you never get to see everyone all in like one room and celebrating tennis. So it's really great.
And the ladies are really killing it this year. They've had a phenomenal year. Look at Daria Gavrilova and, of course, Ash Barty. I mean, talk about those two.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm very good friends with Ash and Dasha, so I'm really happy for both of them, especially Ash, obviously just coming back from not playing for almost 2 years. So I think it's incredible effort from her, and it also inspires all of us Australian players who are also striving to do what they're doing at the moment. So
is Ash your tip then for tonight?
Yes, I mean, I would love either Ash or Dash to win it, but I think Ash has just had she's got an amazing story and had an incredible year. So yeah, Ash is my tip. Yeah.
And let's forecast for 2018. What's on the cards for you this summer and beyond, hopefully?
Yes, well, I'm organising to play doubles with Monique Adamczak, for the summer and Australian Open. We had a great year last year, both sitting at career high doubles rankings now. So yeah, we'll just focus on the summer and hopefully get top 50, both of us, after the summer, and then yeah, we'll see from there.
A few doubles titles together this year, didn't you?
Yes, we had our first one in Nottingham and 2 finals. So yeah, it was a good year for us.
Congratulations on a successful 2017. All the best for 2018.
Thanks you very much. Thanks, Storm.
Storm Sanders joining us on the blue carpet, coming to you live from Crown Palladium here in Melbourne, Australia.
Right, our next guest is Craig Tiley. He's about to join us on the blue carpet here.
Just organising some family logistics here, but it's the boss of Tennis Australia, Craig Tiley. Welcome to the blue carpet, live around the world.
No, it's great to be here. It's another, I forget what number this is, but is it 8? So you guys tell me.
Lucky
but
number 8.
It does feel like just yesterday we started this magnificent awards night, and just recognition for everyone for the great work that they do in tennis. And we know when we have this night, it's full on getting ready for all the events leading in the Australian Open.
Well, the summer of tennis is coming up. I wanted to ask you about this 25-second shot clock. I like this idea. That's coming in for the AO 2018, I believe.
It is. We're going to trial it in qualifying to see how it goes, and I know we may make a decision later on to extend it further. But yeah, 25 seconds. That's the rule between points. And now we'll actually have a clock that the fans can get involved in and say, yep, players got 20 more seconds, 22 more seconds. So I think it's as part of these ongoing initiatives, it was trialled this year at the US Open, and we're going to continue that momentum.
And I know all but the top 100 men and women are confirmed for the summer for Australian Open. What else have we got in store, though?
The list is long, and we're going to make those special announcements coming up. But no, we're very excited about the playing field. You know, the players are spending more and more time in Australia. It's a longer period, and we know that they're getting ready, obviously, for the Australian Open. Great lineup again. Great characters. This time last year, you asked me this question, and Federer and Nadal were just coming off injuries, and Serena was unsure, and what did AO happen? So I'm not saying any predictions. I'm just going to say we've got a great lineup, but the gap between the greats and the younger players has closed, so anything could happen.
Anything could happen. That sums up Australian Open 2017. Hopefully more of that in 2018.
That's right. Hope it doesn't sum up tonight, but anything could happen in January.
Any special roles for you tonight in the ceremony?
Have a good time.
You've got any responsibilities up on stage? What are we doing?
Look, I think I'm probably going to find that out just as I go in there. But I'll probably just talk a little bit about what's going on in the game, and hopefully this is a night not about us speaking. This is a night for those people that have done a great job with tennis, and to celebrate and recognise them.
And a final message to our fans around the world on Facebook Live, considering maybe making the venture down under this January?
Well, we just say to anyone that wants to come down under, you should. If it's not on your bucket list, it should be. We had the Australian Open in January. This part of the world at that time of the year is the best place to be, I argue, the whole year, but definitely in January. So come on down. Not only great tennis, great entertainment, great fun, and we're an event about having a good time.
Absolutely. Tournament Director of the Australian Open, Craig Tiley. Have a great night.
Thanks, Johnny. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. And of course, it is the best tournament in the world. I've been to Wimbledon and the French Open this year, and still Aussie Open wins hands down, John. Well, we have an up-and-coming star of the tennis world with us, and it is Destiny Ayava. She's much taller than me, John, on this. Everyone's been taller than me on the blue carpet.
What a rude shock to have on the blue carpet, live around the world
Destiny,
on Facebook.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Is it nice just to, I guess, get away from training in your activewear and just dress up a little bit?
Yeah, I've been wanting to come here for quite a while this year. So yeah, take the opportunity whenever I can to just dress up and, let loose.
Well, of course, you are nominated in one of the categories, and that's Junior Female Athlete of the Year. Talk about season 2017 for you, because it's been a pretty phenomenal one.
Yeah, I'm quite busy. I had a really good Aussie summer. Middle of the year was okay. I just tried to get my ranking up a bit, and now I'm preparing again for 18s soon. So
back in January, you became the first player born this millennium to play in a Grand
Makes
Slam
us feel so
main
old.
draw. Well, Nat, she's born in the 80s.
Thanks,
What's
John.
it like being so young but on the professional tour coming through? Are there challenges that only players of your age might face?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is being expected to act like an adult and grow up a little bit faster, which I don't have a problem with. But yeah, that's definitely one of the challenges. But I'm kind of used to it, and I love being on the tour, playing against top players. So I'm looking forward to more challenges.
And a Fed Cup debut also in 2017. What's that like, representing your country?
Yeah, it was a great honour to be picked. It was my first Fed Cup, and I actually got to be in the team. So I felt really privileged about that, and hopefully I can get picked or be able to go with them again in Canberra.
Well, best of luck tonight, Destiny. We hope you go well. And, of course, more importantly, just enjoy the night. And hopefully we'll see you during the summer of tennis coming up.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Destiny Iava, one of the bright and rising stars of Australian tennis. Imagine making a main draw debut of a Grand Slam at 16 years old.
It's quite incredible. She's such a baby, and obviously you've just given away my age there, saying that I was born in the 80s.
Hey.
You were born in the 80s too, John.
Yeah, well,
so,
slightly later, actually, I'll have you know. No, Nat,
1 year
you're
later.
looking good for your age, Nat. And
why, thank
happy
you, John.
10 years friendship, by the way.
Yes, 10 years friends together. What a tip.
It's nice to
Did
celebrate
Facebook
that
tell
with
you that?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it did.
You are, of
Which
course,
is
watching live on Facebook. It's a pleasure to have your company here on the blue carpet. You can join in the conversation on Facebook. Like, comment, share things with us, whatever you like. If you've got questions for some of the stars, we have Sam Stozer joining us on the blue
in the
carpet.
middle
We'll pop
there,
her in the middle because that's where she belongs.
And a very excited Nat Edwards. She's been building up this moment all day. She possibly could be your greatest fan on earth. Make no
Quite
mistake.
possibly. I'm a little bit starstruck, Sam.
I'll let you have
so-
first question then, Nat.
Oh, why, thank you. It must be lovely to be here tonight and just, I guess, celebrate what Australian tennis has been.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's obviously what this night's about. I think it's fantastic for the clubs, the community clubs, all the coaches out there who get to now come together and, be part of this fantastic night, celebrating everything about tennis.
And to see Ash Barty and Daria Gavrilova up there as nominees and finalists tonight for the Newcombe medal. They've had such fantastic years, but you've obviously probably played a big part in mentoring them as they came up through the ranks.
Oh, well, I've tried to help them whenever possible, but look, they both had, like you said, fantastic years. They've done extremely well.
Okay, I'm going to join in.
No, they're fantastic role models and ambassadors for our sport as well. So it's, I guess we'll see what happens at the end of the night.
Alicia Mollick joining us here on the blue carpet. Well, that's quite a stunning and interesting looking dress. Tell us about it.
Amazing.
It's by Michelangelo. I really like the form that it's taken tonight. It is warm tonight, and the awards night will heat up, but I'm going to keep cool with a glass of champagne soon.
Are you going to be hanging out with a 3-time Newcombe medalist all night?
I will be, and just on that subject, Sam's been one of our leading players for so many years now, almost a decade now, so we're pretty lucky that she's back. I think she's got a nomination again this year, I think.
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, my God.
Didn't do her homework.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's awkward.
Well, she should be nominated because I watched Sam practice today. I'll tell you what, she's the hardest worker out there, and what a great example. There's so many juniors here tonight as well, and what a wonderful role model she is for our next generation. So well done, Sammy.
Thank you, Mol.
Well, Sam, you are the most decorated Newcombe medalist in Australian tennis history. That must mean something.
Oh, for sure. I guess those 3 were a little while ago now, so the longer this all goes on now, I've got to try and get myself back in there for a nomination. But no, it's just nice to come back and enjoy the night again.
How is the hand? The
Oh,
hand's
I'm good
okay?
now, yeah. All good. Played the last few tournaments of the year and been back practicing already, so yeah.
I knew that. I had you in my fantasy tennis team, so thank you for the extra points late in the
No
season.
problem. My pleasure.
We'll get a tip from each of you for tonight.
Look, I think it's the women are taking it tonight. What a wonderful finish Ash Barty's had to the year. She steamrolled a lot of the top players in the competition, and I never doubted she'd get to that ranking, but geez, she got there pretty quickly this year. So I think she's the definite front runner for me.
And from you, Sam?
I think Ash is going to be the one to take it out, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Piercy's had a great year as well, as they all have, but Ash has obviously had some fantastic wins and won a couple of tournaments and got herself into the top 20, so fantastic.
You've heard it from the best of the best.
Consensus tonight that Ash is going to win. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us on the blue carpet. Enjoy the night and go get a champagne or two.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. Enjoy.
Sam Stosur and Alicia Mollick, our final guests of the blue carpet here at Newcombe Medal 2017. It's just about unanimous, isn't it?
Ash Barty, I think, will take out the 2017 Newcombe medal. She is the hot tip tonight. John Peers, of course, getting a few votes in there as well. Let's just quickly recap the nominees. Ash Barty, Daria Gavrilova, Jordan Thompson, Nick Kyrgios, and, of course, John Peers. We will have the winner announced live on Facebook around 9:30, so stay tuned.
Just a couple hours away. That's Australian daylight time. So check Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Make sure you check your respective time zones to see when that applies to you. But it's about 2 hours from now. So if you're watching at home or at work or wherever, you may be around the world. A couple hours from now, tune back in here to the Tennis Australia Facebook page and you can find out who took home the top gong for Australian tennis in 2017.
Well, it's been an amazing night. Thank you, John, for helping me through my very first Newcombe medal blue carpet. It has been amazing.
You handled it with aplomb and grace. Well done.
Oh,
the delightful Nat Edwards. And thank you for joining us at home for our exclusive live coverage of the blue carpet of the Newcombe medal for 2017. Trust you've enjoyed the coverage. Don't forget to come back in a couple hours to see who took out Australian tennis's biggest award, the Newcombe medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, for more than a century, we've created champions, our homegrown heroes becoming trailblazers of the sport. Australia's tennis elite are with us tonight. But before we find out who will join the Newcombe Medal Honour Roll, let's pay tribute to some of the living legends of the game, our greats and members of the Australian Tennis Hall of Fame.
I am very happy to have the opportunity to express to the people of Australia that after 11 years, I should be the first to bring to our great sporting country in the singles championship at Wimbledon, the most coveted title in lawn tennis.
All the Australians, you went out on the court, played fair dinkum, that was the end of it. Let's get on to the next tournament.
Just a couple of kids, aren't they? And yet they're two of the world's best tennis players already. In time, they may prove to be two of the finest ever.
Margaret was sensational in the gym, but I would say without any fear of contradiction that Margaret would beat 50% of them in their athletic work. Okay. We're very happy to be back home, and even happier to bring back the Davis Cup to the greatest tennis-loving land in the world.
Australia is able to produce tennis players of world standing from a small total population of only 8.5 million people.
Leslie Turner watches the ball so well, and that is so very important in all grades of tennis. Beauty, Nuke.
Put your hands together for Neil Fraser, Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley, Frank Sedgman, Brian Tobin, Judy Dalton, Todd Woodbridge, and John Newcombe. We are privileged to be joined by these past champions, so please put your hands together for the Australian Tennis Hall of Famers. welcome tonight's Master of Ceremonies, Rove McManus.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not a Hall of Famer. Thank you to the one person who went, oh. To the rest of you, I thought I'd be taller too. Shut up. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause for our legends, please. If not for that package at the very least, don't you just love that old-timey way of speaking? I really miss the way we used to all talk like this. Welcome to the 2017 Tennis Australia Awards. I really want to talk like that all night. This is it, guys. This is the culmination of another great year of Australian tennis. That is what we are here to do tonight, to celebrate it all. And of course, it all culminates in the award that is dedicated to one of the legends of the sport, the man that does Movember every month of the year, the John Newcombe Medal. It's a big one. Are you excited? Okay, 3 people. The rest just went, we came for a free meal. It's been another great year for Australian tennis. We've had a lot of success this year. It's been wonderful. We'll be celebrating all of those highs tonight. And a big shout out to all tonight's nominees. The hot favourite, Australia's #1, Ash Barty, ladies and gentlemen. Living proof that tennis, if you love something, set it free. It may go have a crack at playing cricket, but if it's yours, it will come back. Also, Daria Gavrilova, of course, also nominated this year. That would be, how much would she love to have a nuke added to her other big win this year, her first WTA title, guys? Be massive. Nominated again, Nick Kyrgios as well, nominated this year. He too would love another nuke to add to his other big win this year, the Kids' Choice Award for Heavy Hitter. Nickelodeon know their stuff, guys. I hope it was for his tennis, or I will regret that joke later. John Peers, nominated as well, has had a fantastic year in the doubles. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Massive year in the doubles. I'm a big fan, but I still can't wrap my head around someone who moves from Melbourne to Perth. To Perth. I can make that joke. I'm from Perth, and it's boring. That's why I can make that joke. Also, Jordan Thompson as well, nominated this year for, yes, indeed. Big round of applause. There he is. Look at that handsome young chap. Grow better facial hair than me. Wins over Andy Murray. Wins over Jack Sock. Wins a big doubles win as well with Thanasi Kokkinakis. Oh my God, at the Brisbane International at the start of the year. I was so excited cheering the boys on. I got a bit over-enthusiastic when Thanasi scored one particular point and I screamed out, Kokkinakis! And 3 trainers started working on my groin. It's gonna be fun! I don't care. I'm having a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome to the stage the man which tonight's award is named after. 33 title wins, 7 Grand Slams, 5 Davis Cups. Those are the stats you know, sure. But guys, did you also know John Newcombe is a huge camera photography buff? If you didn't, here's a little refresher. This is an ad from a long, long time ago. Take a look.
When I'm assigned to shoot a guy like John Newcombe, I pack my Canon AE1 with several lenses. Because I'm after more than just John's form. Creativity means capturing his intensity.
You try it, John.
Me?
Sure.
The AE1 is so simple, you can really concentrate on your subject. About all you do is focus and click.
Please welcome that dirty perv, John Newcombe. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Now, most people probably didn't know about your incredible photography skills, but also they probably didn't know you have a fantastic musical career. You've released an album before.
Which was?
You don't remember that?
No.
Allow me to refresh you as well. Here we go.
K-Tel presents Tennis with John Newcombe, an exciting new concept in tennis instruction from the world's best, John Newcombe.
On this album from K-Tel, you'll hear my detailed instruction on how to play the world's fastest growing sport, tennis.
Listen to John Newcombe explain the secret of an effective backhand and a powerful, controlled forehand drive.
There you go. Is it coming back to you now?
Slightly.
So what was on that album? I'm fascinated to know. Is it just like an hour of you grunting?
Rove, that was a long time ago.
For you, by the time we get to the end of the night, this will be a long time ago for you. If I know you having a good night, this is going to be great. Now, of course, we have an impressive field this year. What would you like to say to the nominees before we officially get into proceedings tonight?
Well, first of all, to congratulate all of them on a great year. 5 of them have done super. The one thing, actually, it struck me this morning, I started thinking about it, that in all the other sports, they have the best female athlete of the year and the best male athlete of the year. We just have the one award in tennis, which I think is great. It could be a male or a female. And I think Tennis Australia deserves a lot of applause for that.
Absolutely. And looking ahead, it feels like, you know, the Australian Open is not that far away. The Brisbane International on the horizon as well. What are your predictions for 2018?
Well, if 2018 is anything like 2017, we'll get a little bit better. Leighton and the boys are going to win the Davis Cup. Right, Leighton?
No pressure. There we go.
Yep. Came very close this year. Mm-hmm. I think that, you know, we're going to move into the top 20. A couple of the girls and a couple of the boys. I know when Roche and I took over the Davis Cup, we said we want to win the Davis Cup competition, but we need two in the top 20.
We've got Ash in there at the moment, which is good.
To at least one guy we needed in the top 10, and preferably 3 in the top 20. And we finished up with Leighton and Mark and Pat, and of course the Woodies in the doubles. And I think the girls are going to have a team that is able to win the Fed Cup.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it, and looking forward to tonight as well. Can't wait to see who takes home the big award at the end of the night. John Newcombe, everybody.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to welcome to the stage the newly elected president of Tennis Australia. Please welcome Jane Herdlicker.
Celebration of a very distinguished career in serving as a volunteer in this great sport. One of our board colleagues retired 2 months ago, the day that I was appointed. Chris Freeman stepped down from the Tennis Australia board. And Chris stepped down after 14 years of service to tennis. He started in Queensland, helped with the development of Tennis Queensland's facility. He was on the Tennis Queensland board and has been on the Tennis Australia board for 10 years before retiring. Chris spent 6 months as our interim chair and president. And Chris, congratulations for all that you've done for tennis. It's meant the world to many of the transformative things we've been able to do, particularly over the last 5 to 6 years on the Tennis Australia board. So congratulations and thank you for all that you've done. Now, we thought long and hard in how to thank you appropriately, and Roger Federer has contributed today to a very special message to you on a framed T-shirt that is yours for a rightful spot in your home. So thank you again, Chris.
Thank you, Jane. Now, to kick into tonight's awards, I will hand you over to our voice of God, Jennifer Hansen, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Rove. Well, the core of any successful tennis club is a great coach. This coaching award recognises those leaders of our game within their communities. They provide top-level coaching programs, continually drive participation and actively seek competition opportunities for players to further develop. To present the award for coaching excellence at a club level, please welcome Alicia Mollock.
The finalists for Coaching Excellence Club are Frank Calabria, Rufus Keown, and lastly but not least, Helen Rice. Where is she? And the winner of this award tonight is, I'm proud to say, Helen Rice.
The Helen Rice Tennis Coaching School was established in 1979 and is currently coaching tennis to some third-generation family members. Helen has represented South Australia, toured Europe and has played college tennis in the USA. Helen won South Australian Coach of the Year in 2013. Her star pupil was Adelaide's favourite son and Australia's Davis Cup captain, Leighton Hewitt.
Helen, congratulations on this award. This now makes you an Adelaide icon, along with the phrase heaps good and fruit chocks. Now you, as a coach, coached Leighton. Did you teach him the come on? Was that you?
No, I don't think I taught him that. I think he just, that's his special one, just for him.
And anyone you'd like to thank for this?
Oh, I'd just like to thank so many people. I'd like to thank my family, my husband, my 3 kids, because they put up with a lot. The hours are amazing. You know, it's been my passion. 38 years, 39 years. It's just been absolutely wonderful. I'd like to thank Denman Tennis Club, Netherby Tennis Club, fellow coaches out there. Congratulations for everybody that's been nominated, because there's so many people that just do a fantastic job. But
you won, so congratulations to you.
It's about passion. It's about passion.
Your winner, Helen Rice, everybody. Come over this way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Schools are reaping the benefits of incorporating tennis into the curriculum. This award recognises those who have introduced students to tennis and provided links to their club and coach. These finalists integrated the sport into education programs to the highest level. Tonight's winning school will receive $5,000 toward future programs. To present the award, please welcome back to the stage Alicia Mollock with one of our hotshot stars, Bailey.
Bailey's joining me for this one. The finalists for Most Outstanding School are Brisbane Boys College, Girralang Primary School, and Riverton Primary School. And the winner is
Riverton Primary School.
Riverton Primary School has embraced the idea that the school is the heart of the community and sporting endeavour, which includes the promotion of its tennis program, creates a great culture for the kids and develops partnerships with the local clubs and surrounding communities.
Congratulations. I now feel bad about making those Perth jokes.
It's only 2 of us.
So you're from WA, where most people know, really, the only sport they know is AFL. So in a state where rugby and soccer, they think they're probably Jackie Lambie's kids or something. How do you make tennis such a prominent sport in the West?
Very different to most schools in Perth. Riverton's got a very high multicultural background, and trying to push AFL and rugby in the past few years has been quite difficult. And yeah, realised that the previous last few years there wasn't any tennis at the school when I took over, and we started up a tennis program and the kids loved it. They went nuts, and it's now one of our top sports played by kids on the weekend and outside of school, so participation rates are through the roof. It's amazing.
Well, Well, congratulations to Riverton Primary. Congratulations. I'd like to welcome back Bailey, everyone. Bailey Locke. Let's give him a round of applause getting back out here as my stunt double. How are you, Bailey?
I'm good.
Man, I know you got this gig next year. It's okay. They're all thinking it too. They all want it so bad, Bailey. Now, Bailey, one of the reasons I wanted to bring you back out here is you're a huge tennis nut. You love it. How much do you love it? Sorry, you can think about it if you need to.
I love tennis.
Love tennis. Who's your favourite player?
Roger Federer.
Okay, all right. Now...
Sorry, Aussies.
That's all right. All right, hey. He's a kid, leave him alone. I got your back. Now, you do know a lot about tennis. Even for a young kid, you know a lot about tennis history. And there's always the big question, Bailey, of who is the greatest of all time. We asked Bailey this earlier, and this was his answer. Take a look.
Rod Laver was arguably the best Australian tennis player ever to play, and some say even the best tennis player ever. Well, that's according to Roger.
So if Roger says so, it's so, right?
Maybe.
Another round of applause for Bailey, everybody. Come on, it's past our bedtime. Let's go.
Throughout the evening, we'll be showcasing the stories of people making an impact in the tennis community around Australia. But first, we take you to Surrey Hills in Sydney.
I teach Indigenous culture at high schools, preschools, hotels, motels, weddings, funerals. I've done it all. I've been in movies for 30 years. Well, Crocodile Dundee too. And all I said was one line. Nah. Needs more garlic. And I was eating a bat. I was one of the stolen generation. I was taken away from my parents. I was raised up in Ipswich by white people. And people say, oh, you know, do you feel any grudges? I said, no, I don't, actually. I ended up with the best of both worlds. I used to play competition in Queensland, and when I came down to New South Wales, I didn't pick up a racket for a year, because I was on the journey looking for my family.
Alfred's been coming and playing here for many years.
Pat and Sylvie, that run the place, they put this offer on for me to do a coaching course. And I thought, well, why not?
I think Alfred's very cheeky.
Ready, Roger? Ready, rapper?
I think he's just got a really easy way with people.
Hey, champ, you're on.
Flourish Australia works with people with mental health issues.
I love tennis. It's the light of my life at the moment. And it's keeping me physically fit.
Ah, beautiful. So you're getting better on the back end.
Being physically fit is basically keeping me happy.
Without training in mental health or anything like that, he uses fantastic strength-based language.
Wow, that's like boom.
He makes the people that we support feel really good about themselves.
How was your backhand today? Very good. And Paulie, how was your volleys? Oh, good. Yeah, winners, didn't
Same as the lobs.
That's right, see? I feel like my job is done.
We've been talking about how can we get more Indigenous kids on court. We're doing a couple of programs at the National Centre of Indigenous Excellence. It's just really taken off with the team of Alfred and another coach, Nicholas.
What it is, we're picking out kids with potential. Not saying they're going to be tennis stars, but potential. Ready, Jenna Rose? Go, Jenna Rose!
She hasn't played before, and first time she took the racket and she started to rally with me, I was like amazed, impressed. I said, oh my God, how long have you been playing tennis for? She said, it's the first time. I couldn't believe it.
When I came to pick Jenna Rose up, they said they were interested in her, that she had natural talent.
We offer her the scholarship, and she's very involved, very committed, very enthusiastic.
I think as a mum, you want to just pursue anything that your kid is interested in. And when I went there, they were just really loving, really caring, positive, just really encouraging of Jenna Rose.
Hey! When I started this Indigenous program, no one would turn up. But ever since Nick's come along, they're coming in droves. Now, he's overwhelmed by how many Indigenous kids have picked up a racket too.
He always talks about, this is his park, it's Prince Alfred Park, it's Alfred's park. He's really the heart of our club.
In Indigenous culture, there's a golden rule. We all got to share and we all got to care. That's what I live by.
So I think what Alfred does is lift people.
I feel like I'm doing doing a good deed, and I feel like I'm empowering other people's lives.
Well, we've got Alfred with us here, and mate, what is it like to hear that you're the heart of the club? And I can see you're getting a little emotional about watching that. It's very special.
Yeah, well, I'm blushing white at the moment. No, it's a great honour just being here with my tennis club. I felt a great sense of privilege that we got nominated, and I've never been to a Newcombe medal in my life. This is the first time for everything they say, and I'm really honoured with my club. They've made me very proud, and we've got this far, and I couldn't ask for any more.
I visited you earlier this year at the Indigenous Centre. You do an amazing job, and one of those talented young players up there, Jenna Rose, she comes from some pretty good stock, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does, and I was saying to the other coach, Nicholas, it's like if you'd asked me 5 years ago, I couldn't get an Indigenous person to pick up a tennis racket. They're all more or less involved in footy and that. But for me to see that Indigenous kids are coming across to tennis, I feel like I've kicked a goal. But, you know, it's been a long road and it just didn't happen overnight. But I've just felt a sense of achievement that we've got Indigenous kids playing. And, you know, to see Barty up on the world stage makes me very proud and gives us hope as coaches that we could breed a few more of them.
I know that you would like to be on the world stage. I understand that you would like to be umpiring a final at the Australian Open, I've heard. Is this true?
Well, it was really funny because Pat and Sylvie gave me a chance to coach. And I was saying to someone earlier today, I didn't really want to be a coach. I just wanted to play the games. Stuff coaching. I'd rather have fun. But no, they give me a great chance, and I feel really privileged, and it's made me look at tennis in a different way as a coach. And, you know, like, you see, the other coach said it's like they present a problem, we've got to solve it. And I love that challenge. And each time we get different players, that's what it presents.
Well, you didn't tell me that you're a famous actor as well, and we were hoping you were going to bring your didgeridoo, but you didn't bring it along because we actually were ready for you to play it. He's a legend, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hand together. Thank you. Well done.
Alfred Coolwell, ladies and gentlemen. And roaming the rooms tonight, Aussie legend and the better half of the Woodies, Todd Woodbridge.
Thank you, Rove.
Good job, mate.
Thank you very much.
He will be roaming the tables tonight, so keep an eye on your drinks.
Okay.
But touch his jacket. Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
It's very velvety.
I've always thought you were very velvety.
Thank you.
One more time, Todd Woodbridge, everybody.
Thank you.
And now, back to tonight's awards. Back to you, Jem.
Thanks, Rove. Well, talent development coaches deliver a holistic coaching program which fosters development of high-performance athletes, primarily 12 years and under. They play an integral role in identifying and nurturing the next generation of elite players and are essential in the future growth and success of our youngest players. Please welcome to the stage Wally Masua and John Fitzgerald to present the award.
So the finalists for Coaching Excellence Talent Development are Luke Bourgeois, Graham Brimblecombe, and Sam Wall.
And the winner is Luke Bourgeois.
A former professional, Luke is the youngest of 10 siblings. Luke won the boys' doubles title at the 1995 Australian Open with Jongmin Lee. He was world #1 in junior doubles and pushed Spaniard Carlos Moya to the brink in an AO match in 2007. Luke now heads up the Voyager Tennis Academy in Sydney, which lays claim to the best coaching team in the country.
Congratulations, Luke. coaching excellence, not so excellent at finding your way to the stage. That took a while. You're okay?
Yeah, mate, I'm good. We are somewhere down in the back there, so it did take a little bit of time.
So a nice surprise that you won then.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Now, is it true that you were a hitting partner for Roger Federer?
Yes, I was. I was pretty fortunate. I had 3 years of Rog through the association with Rochi.
So how much credit do you take for his success?
Basically all of it.
Luke Bourgeois, everybody. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks very much, mate.
Come on.
Gavrilova seized her first WTA Tour title at the Connecticut Open with a rollercoaster 3-set win over former Grand Slam finalist Dominika Cibulkova. She had also taken top seed Radwanska's scalp in the semi-finals at New Haven. The watershed win elevated the 22-year-old into the world's top 20 for the first time. A heartbreaking loss at the US Open in the second round was the longest women's match in history at Flushing Meadows, a 3-hour, 31-minute epic against Shelby Rogers. A former junior world number 1, Gavrilova toppled Sam Stosur's 452-week unbroken reign as Australia's number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'll be adding another name to the Newcombe Medal Honour Roll. Please welcome to the stage the first of the 2017 Newcombe Medal nominees, Daria Gavrilova.
As we're walking out, Dash's first comment to me.
I'm taller than him. I'm taller than Rob.
That's what the little kid said to me too. Congratulations. My first thing is, how does it feel to have your first WTA title under your belt now?
Yeah, it was a great feeling for about 5 seconds. I was really happy, but then I was like, okay, this just happened. And yeah, I knew that US Open was the big tournament coming up, so I was like, okay, it's just happened. And yeah. I don't know.
But was it a wonderful 5 seconds at the very least?
It was, but I didn't know what to expect, so I was really happy for the first 5 seconds.
Was that the same feeling when you knew you were nominated for the Nuke? Wonderful 5 seconds?
Not quite.
Just 3, maybe, just 3.
A second. Just...
We've got you have been playing since you were very, very young. We've got a picture of you here. How old are you in this shot?
It's my first training, I think. I remember that. I was like 6.5 years old. And I was wearing like boys' shorts and everything.
No shame in that. No shame in that. I wear boys' shorts. Like literally, I shop in the boys' section. I'm tiny. Well, you've come a long way. Congratulations and all the best for tonight as well. Daria Gavrilova. Gosh! Stumbled. Congratulations. Come on. This way.
Australia's tennis officials are world class, and we're proud to have them represent our country with distinction on the international circuit. They set the standard for players at tournaments of all levels and continually contribute to tennis through dedication, skill, attitude and knowledge. To present the award for excellence in officiating, please welcome back Wally Masur and John Fitzgerald.
Fitzy, we're back. Just saw Darren Cahill down the back there, which was a bit of a thrill for me. So many people in the room doing amazing things for Australian tennis, so it's really nice to see someone doing great things for Romanian tennis. But he'll be up shortly, you'll get to see him. Look, this is the finalists for excellence in officiating, and it's probably appropriate, Fitzy, that you give this because you won the ATP Sportsmanship Award 2 years running, and that was nominated by the ATP officials, and in one of those years, you actually shook the umpire's chair and you still won the award, which is quite amazing. It's not true. It is true. That's absolutely true. But anyway, on to the excellence in officiating. The finalists are Philip Goodman. Pause. Glenn Toland. Emma Walter.
And the winner is Emma Walter.
A lines umpire who now occupies the
Unfortunately,
chair.
Emma's not here tonight, so Rove can accept this on her behalf.
The bad news is Emma is unable to accept this award tonight, but the good news is I just scored one for doing nothing, so thank you very much for this. Thank you.
A lines umpire who now occupies the chair. Emma has called the lines at all 4 Grand Slams. The Canberra official called the lines in the men's final at the 2017 US Open on Arthur Ashe Stadium. And now on to our next award. Talent, determination and sacrifice are what makes an elite athlete. Tonight we recognise the achievement of those that have overcome obstacles on the pathway to success. Please welcome Newcombe Medal nominee Jordan Thompson and Darren Cahill.
Good evening, everyone. Honour for me to be here tonight, and also standing next to Jordan, who made his Davis Cup debut for Australia this year. I'm not sure if anybody saw him play down in Kyrgios in Melbourne, but outstanding job by Jordan on debut. Davis Cup player number 107, is that correct? That's correct. Well done. We are here to announce the finalists for the most outstanding athlete with a disability. Heath Davidson. Archie Graham. And Benjamin Weeks.
And the winner is Archie Graham.
World number 1 for athletes with a disability, Archie Graham claimed back-to-back singles and doubles titles at the annual INUS World Intellectual Disability Tennis Championships. Archie has won the Australian Open 4 times in a row and is currently the undisputed world champion in both singles and doubles.
Archie, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, you are a big Rafael Nadal fan.
Yes, that's right.
The difference between you and him is you have been number 1 in your field for a lot longer than he has. Do you have any advice for him?
Nah, he's pretty good at what he does too, so it just makes us the same.
Well, you have deserved that. Congratulations. Come this way. Can you come this way?
I'm Kyle Lindner, and this is our business Future Pros Tennis Academy.
I'm AJ. We're fully inclusive of all players. We've got our 4 boys. You know, our kids aren't the everyday family. We're very colourful and noisy, and having two of the boys under the autistic umbrella, we started to realise there was families who needed help.
Originally, that first started when we did decide to enter Orlando into his first tournament.
Orlando, he's our son who is under the autism spectrum.
And the moment he got out there on the tennis court, he started winning and he was doing really well. And then he was still winning, but he'd made a couple of errors.
Yay, Ollie!
And that's when the meltdowns had started.
People were disturbed by what they saw, thought it was just disgusting behaviour.
The match ended up finishing with the girl just continually acing him. I then got him off the tennis court and tried to calm him down and have a chat.
That was a moment for us where we looked at our life and we're like, what hope is there for him? And that really kicked us into gear and thought, all right, well, what can we do? Let's really get it out there that if you've got a child with a disability or intellectual disability, we want them. And there was this young girl who'd always come up 10 minutes after coaching had started, and she'd sit in her wheelchair on the side with her mum. Then just one day we got there and I'm like, you, over here, come over here. And she's like, me? Oh, I can't play tennis. That's okay. We put a racket in her hand and she hit a ball and she just started crying. And she's like, I just did that. I didn't think I could do this.
My main coach is actually Hunter. He coaches me every single week.
She was my first
wheelchair player that I've ever coached.
I've improved a lot. I've learned how to hit some different shots because when I started I didn't even know how to properly hold a racket, so yeah, it's been a long ride.
Yeah, so Catherine uses her everyday chair. It's got no manoeuvrability at all.
Mack truck.
A Mack truck is how you describe it.
Hi, Catherine. My name's Nick and I'm from Tennis Australia. And through the Wheelchair Development Loan Scheme, very excited to give you this chair for you to practice here at the club with your coach.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Whoa.
Do you want to jump in and have a turn? Have a go? The chairs themselves are quite expensive. Through this program, it'll sort of allow them to start and see if they do like tennis before investing in that kind of investment.
So every Friday she's going to have a private lesson given to her and start to bring her and her chair together.
I think it would be fun to be in a match because you can just focus on that one person and the ball, and that's all you need to know.
When people come up to you and you say, you know, I saw what you did with, you know, those players on the weekend, and, you know, they come up and they give you a big cuddle and they go, mate, that's just touching. And nothing beats that.
Because tennis is a journey in life. And no matter what speed bumps or Mount Everest we have in the way, we work over them and around them and through them, and
that's it.
That's it.
Deserve a huge round of applause. You guys are so inspirational. It is quite incredible. And Kyle, when you watch something like that, do you appreciate yourself, what you actually give back to the community?
I didn't really recognise him. But no, yeah, absolutely. Just brings everything into perspective and makes you realise what you're doing is truly touching to a lot of people. So, thank you.
And AJ, is it true that it doesn't matter what a child or a kid might be struggling with in any other part of the community with their behaviours, that you will bring them in and you will get them started, and tennis is that vehicle?
Yeah, we take a lot of kids that have been turned away from other sports because a lot of them don't fit into team activities. We welcome them with open arms and allow them to learn a skill. Often there's no coaching involved. It'll just be making friends with them and letting them play with other kids and bringing the families together, because it can be a really lonely world out there. So, yeah, and we open them up to our pretty awesome sport.
It is an awesome sport. Now, Catherine, how much have you enjoyed that new chair?
A lot.
Tell me, how was it in the training? Because we've got a picture of the training coming up here.
It was pretty interesting because I hadn't used the sports chair before, and it was really difficult because it was really fast and, yeah.
It looks like you're mastering it, and you've got some plans for your future, for some tournaments perhaps?
Maybe.
Maybe. We hope to see you out there. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Catherine.
Our volunteers are truly the backbone of our sport, contributing not just hundreds of hours of work, but a massive economic benefit to local tennis communities. This award honours those outstanding individuals who work tirelessly to foster relationships, strengthen our sport, and ensure the seamless everyday running of our clubs. To present our next awards, please welcome Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley and Newcombe Medal nominee, Ashley Barty.
Good evening, everyone. The finalists for the Volunteer Achievement Award are James Edward, pause, Shirley Peake, Charles Webb,
and the winner is James Edwards.
In his 13-year tenure as president of Onslow Park Tennis Club, James Edwards has reinvigorated the facilities and turned the all-grass court club from breaking even with less than 100 members into a 4-hard-court, 7-grass court club with thriving juniors, pennants, adult memberships and social memberships. Onslow Park now has 240 members and is looking to convert 2 underutilised grass courts into floodlit hard courts to enable Onslow Park to grow even further.
Congratulations. What was that?
A lot of people out there.
A lot of people. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
All right. I'll keep you safe up here. Actually, probably not. I don't think they like me, but it's okay. James, it's all right. Your laughter gives you away. I'm okay. James, now you are the club president, is that correct?
Yes, for my 14th year now, unfortunately.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, unfortunately. Wait a minute. Unfortunately?
I'm just hard to move on, apparently.
Oh, I see. Are you, as club president, do you ever send, like, angry tweets to the other presidents like the other president?
No, no, no.
So you're more of an Obama president.
Indeed.
That's why you get the award. Thank you very much. Come on out. This way, this way.
Jordan Thompson has enjoyed a breakout season in 2017 after defeating top 10 veteran David Ferrer and then world number 1 Andy Murray at the Wimbledon warm-up event at Queen's. It was his first grass court win on the ATP World Tour. He reached a career-high ranking of 63. He played in all 4 Grand Slams and won his first ATP doubles title alongside Thanasi Kokkinakis at the Brisbane International. The 23-year-old had an unbeaten run in Davis Cup until the semi-final against Belgium. Thompson downed the seeded American Jack Sock in the first round at the US Open. He also beat Sock in a pivotal rubber in Australia's Davis Cup quarter-final triumph over the USA in April.
Here he is, Jordan Thompson in the dark, everybody. How are you feeling about tonight?
Oh, pretty excited.
Pretty excited. Now, can you guarantee what would happen if you were to walk away with a medal tonight?
A pretty poor speech.
I think that is, you are hiding your light under a bushel, my friend.
Definitely not.
We have some wonderful footage of you making a speech earlier this year that I think we should all just sit back and remember.
What does the fox say? What's a fox say?
Okay, young man, explain yourself.
Nah, no explanation. Cheers for that. It's a stitch up.
Perfect, it's just what we need. For the older people in the room, Jordan was saying, what does the fox say? I know it sounds like something else. Okay, apparently not. Jordan Thompson, good luck tonight, mate.
Thank you.
Come on, this way, this way.
2017 has been an impressive year for many of our junior players, and the promising results are reflective of the hard work and determination displayed by the players and their support teams. Tonight's finalists have all demonstrated a positive attitude and commitment to further development and excellence in high performance. Please welcome to the stage Sam Groth and Samantha Stoser to present the awards.
The finalists for Junior Athletes of the Year are Destiny Aiva, excited, Jamie Fullis, Michaela Hayett, Blake Ellis, Alex Diminar, and Alexi Popperin.
And the winners are Destiny Aiva, and Alex Diminar.
Destiny Aiva was catapulted onto the world stage when she became the first player born in the 2000s to play at a Grand Slam during the 2017 AO. She won her WTA Tour de Bull and she defeated Bethany Maddox-Sands in the Brisbane International and also managed wins in qualifying at Wimbledon and the US Open. Alex Diminar scored a US Open wildcard this year after reaching his first ATP Challenger final in Spain and winning his first professional title, an ITF Futures in Portugal.
Congratulations, you two. Destiny, I'm going to start with you. You had the chance to meet Serena Williams this year. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was pretty fun meeting her. She's actually a really chilled person. We were talking about tacos, so it was quite funny.
That will explain her look on the look on her face is like, cravings. I get it. And Alex, for you, you have Spanish heritage. Is that correct? Yes, I've lived half of my life there. Right. So, for you guys, it seems most of you Spaniards, you love getting your tops off. Rafael Nadal, let's have a look at this. This is him with his top off. And not to be outdone, of course, it must be in the blood. Check this out. How's that?
It looks about the same, right?
Yeah, exactly right. I couldn't tell the difference. Couldn't tell the difference. Congratulations, you two. Well done.
Ash Barty's tennis comeback is being hailed the story of 2017. She finishes the season as the 17th ranked player in the world.
What a shot.
The Queenslander had 9 wins against top 20 opponents this season, including a straight set thumping of 2-time Grand Slam champion and former world #1, Angelique Kerber. She won her maiden singles title in Kuala Lumpur.
It's the first title for Ashley Barty.
And reached the 3rd round at the Australian and US Opens with wins over Muguruza and Venus Williams. She beat 4 top 15 opponents on her way to the final of the WTA Wuhan Open in China.
Let me take her. Here's Ash Barty, everybody. Oh, lady. How are you feeling? What a year you've had.
Unbelievable. It really has been. But it's nice to sort of be at the end and now already starting preparations for next year.
And how are you feeling about next year at this point?
Just excited. I think we've set a really good platform for next year, and it's about consolidating. So hopefully we can just go out there and have some fun and try and do the right things.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you've had plenty of highlights this year. But how do any of them compare to Richmond winning the AFL Grand Final?
It was a pretty good week. In Wuhan, I got to watch the prelim and the granny via FaceTime calling mum. But no, it was pretty cool to watch that and to text a few of the guys afterwards and say congrats. And then, unfortunately, not go on and do the job in Wuhan in my singles, but it was still a pretty good week.
And in the top 20, how are you feeling about cracking the top 10?
One day, we'll see, maybe. But no, it's certainly been an amazing year and something I don't think I really expected from myself. But it's pretty cool to be sitting in the top 20 come the end of the year.
Well, it's been a great year and the night's not over yet, so best of luck. Ashley Barty, everybody. Come on, let's go this way.
Australia continually raises the bar when it comes to running tournaments at a high level. And this next award is selected from an Australian money tournament or Optus Junior Tour event. These tournaments have offered a complete package of on and off-court activities, engaged sponsors, attracted media attention and community involvement. Luke Saville and Daria Gavrilova will present the next awards.
The finalists for Most Outstanding Australian Ranking Tournament are 2017 Fed Cup Foundation Bronze Women's AMT and Girls JT, 2017 Glenorchy Open, and Melbourne Wheelchair Tennis Open 2017.
And the winner is Melbourne Wheelchair Tennis Open.
The Melbourne Wheelchair Tennis Open 2017 is at the Hume Tennis and Community Centre and is a world-class event featuring a strong Australian lineup and the top international wheelchair tennis players. The Hume Tennis and Community Centre has 16 flood-lit tennis courts with 14 featuring the plexi cushion surface of the Australian Open and 2 with the red clay of the French Open.
Congratulations, hometown win. How does it feel?
Yeah, no, it's good to be here, Ro. Yeah. How are you going?
Would it be good to be here? What, you just probably had to catch a tram? This was nothing for you.
Yeah, just round the
I met a guy who only just got in from Perth an hour ago.
Yeah, I know. Well, where do you live now? In LA or Australia, or where are you?
We can have this discussion backstage. So anyway, what happened was we used to be in Benedict Canyon, just never moved down to Sydney. It's all pretty good. I still miss the family in Perth, though. I can make jokes about it, though. I'm from there.
The next award is selected from Australia's Pro Tour events, a crucial part of the pathway for players to develop their games. Our Pro Tour events offer excellent facilities for the playing group and fosters a positive tournament atmosphere, as well as actively engaging media coverage and sponsorship within their local communities. Please welcome back Luke and Daria to present the award.
We're back. The finalists for Most Outstanding Professional Tournament are ACT Clay Court International 2017, Hutchison Builders Toowoomba International 2016, and Mildura Grand Tennis International 2017.
And the winner is my favourite tournament personally, Mildura Grand Tennis International 2017.
The Mildura Grand Tennis International features Australia's prominent and emerging tennis talent. Previous players include Nick Kyrgios, Nasi Kokkinakis, Luke Saville, as well as Australian Open mixed champions Yarmila Wolf and Matt Ebden, and ladies doubles finalists Casey Delacqua and Ashley Barty.
That's all right. Would one of you at least like to take the award?
Yeah. Thanks, Luke. I hope we never see you again, but thank you for coming.
Now, it seems this was a very popular win. What is it you guys like about your tournament?
We just love our courts, and we love our members, and we love our volunteers, and we love our sponsors, of course, and we love our players because they are the players of the future, and we can sell it, our tournament just like that.
Well, congratulations. This is living proof. Congratulations. Great job.
What a year it's been in 2017 for Australian tennis. Jordan Thompson kick-started his year by reaching the quarterfinals of the Brisbane International. He also teamed up with Nasi Kokkinakis to win the men's doubles title. At the Australian Open, Daria Gavrilova reached the round of 16 for the second straight year, while Ash Barty and Bernard Tomic made the third round. Rising stars Jamie Foulis and Alex de Minaur recorded first-round wins in their Grand Slam main draw debuts, while Destiny Ayava became the first player born this millennium to feature in the main draw of a major. John Peers broke through for his first Grand Slam title with doubles partner Henry Continen, while Ash Barty and Casey Delacqua reached the quarterfinals in the doubles. Dylan Alcott won his third Australian Open singles title. That match played on Rod Laver Arena, the first Grand Slam wheelchair tennis match played on the centre court. And at the Melbourne Wheelchair Tennis Open, 13-year-old Salam Nazir won the singles and doubles alongside Finn Broadbent. Nick Kyrgios carried his strong Davis Cup form to Marseille, where he reached the semi-final and took a set off the eventual champion, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. Matt Ebden reached the last 8 in Memphis, while Sam Stosur had back-to-back quarter-final finishes in Doha and Taipei City. Omar Jasika won the Burney International, defeating Blake Mott in the final, while Destiny Ayava notched her first ITF title at the Perth Tennis International. Former Davis Cup captain and coach Wally Masua took over the Tennis Australia performance reins from Pat Rafter. In Malaysia, Ash Barty clinched her maiden WTA singles title with a straight sets win over Nao Herbino before teaming up with Casey Delacqua to win the doubles. Nick Kyrgios made the semi-finals at Acapulco and Miami, taking eventual champion Roger Federer to 3 tight sets. Mark Polmans won back-to-back titles in the ACT Clay Court Internationals, defeating Blake Mott and Maverick Baines respectively. And Destiny Ayava claimed a second title at the Mornington Peninsula Tennis International #1. Australia sent a team of 6 to the UK for the INUS World Tennis Championships and successfully defended their world title with a tally-topping 9 medals. Off-court, Daria Gavrilova and Thanasi Kokkinakis signed on as ambassadors for ANZ Tennis Hotshots Match Play. And the Victorian Government announced $271 million to complete Stage 3 of the Melbourne Park redevelopment. Sam Stosur recorded her season-best result in Strasbourg, winning the final against Daria Gavrilova who'd accounted for Ash Barty in the quarterfinals. Barty had more success in the doubles, teaming up with Casey Delacroix to win the title. Gavrilova also made the last 8 at Rome and Rabat, as did Bernard Tomic at Istanbul, before his run was brought to an end by Milos Raonic. Stosur celebrated 450 consecutive weeks as Australia's #1 female player, having first taken the mantle from Delacroix in October 2008. Rising star Alexei Popyrin enjoyed a successful run with twin titles in Morocco and Italy. Destiny Iava reached the semi-finals at San Gardon. While in Thailand, Michaela Hyatt won her first ITF title as a qualifier in a 3-set marathon. Alicia Molik travelled to New South Wales to visit last year's ANZ Tennis Hotshot of the Year, Jack McLean, and hosted a tennis lesson with him and 3 friends at his local casino tennis club. At Roland Garros, Sam Stosur was Australia's best singles performer, taking a set off eventual champion Yelena Ostapenko in the round of 16. Wildcard Jamie Foulis troubled Caroline Wozniacki in the opening round, while Alex de Minaur also played his first main draw match at the French Open. Ash Barty and Casey Delacroix finished runners-up in the doubles, while Alexei Popyrin took out the boys' singles title. Barty continued her form on the grass courts at Birmingham, taking a set off the 2-time Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova in the final. She teamed up with Delacroix to add another doubles crown to their collection. Daria Gavrilova made the last 8, taking the opening set off Lucy Safarova in a hard-fought quarter-final. At Nottingham, Barty reached the quarters where she lost to the eventual runner-up, Joanna Konta, while Monique Adamczak and Storm Sanders reigned supreme in the doubles. At Queen's, Jordan Thompson and Thanasi Kokkinakis sent seeds tumbling in the first round, with Thompson eliminating world #1 Andy Murray and Kokkinakis upsetting Milos Raonic, both in straight sets. At the Queensland Wheelchair Tennis Open, 10-year-old Marcus Lentini won the singles and doubles with partner Riley Doomsday. And I travelled around the country with the ANZ Tennis Hotshots Racket Roadshow, celebrating 80,000 rackets delivered to primary school students since 2015.
Later tonight, one of our 5 nominees will be awarded the prestigious Newcombe Medal. But now it's time to remember those we've lost in the last year, the cherished friends our tennis family will never forget.
Well, we lost Peter Doohan to motor neuron disease, and I'm with Pat Cunningham, who's lost his wife, Ange. She's a very great friend of ours. And Pat, pleased to say that the Australian Open has a charity announcement to make that Smash MND will be the official charity that we will be putting money towards, and we've got a great new event over the AO. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, so look, we've got a couple of things to the campaign this year. One is a concert that Jimmy Barnes will perform at on the Sunday night before the Open starts on the Monday. And we've also got a merchandising campaign. Some of you in the audience may have seen the Big Freeze beanies that we do during the winter. This year we're taking summer on with an Aussie Open branded visor.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to being able to support the charity. We're going to keep moving along because everybody don't move. Dinner is on its way out, so don't go hustling out and get caught without your dinner. Also want to remind you that Tina Arena will be performing live here at the stage here at Crown in just a few moments' time as well. But just to tell you also, Jimmy Barnes, Fight M&D charity concert, the AO Live stage on Sunday, the 14th of January. Thanks, Pat.
A special treat coming up, ladies and gentlemen, just for you, an intimate performance from one of Australia's most talented and enduring performers. With 20 top 20 singles, sales of more than 10 million records, she's a knight in France, has an Order of Merit in Australia, was the first woman to win ARIA Album of the Year, and is soon to return to the theatre in the starring role of Evita. Please welcome Tina Arena.
Good evening, everyone. I sang your praises daily. We let ourselves get swept away. It's true, baby. We held heaven in our hands for days. Yeah. You wait a long time for something wild to take you somewhere. All I needed was to fly. It's been a long way from paradise to ordinary. Picture us just smiling there. Didn't have a care. And I remember how it all came true. It was all so tender, and I was lost with you by the sweet Sorrento moon. But the stars don't burn that brightly. Every season surely slips away, but you, baby, you're the reason why I chose to stay. Hey, yeah. You wait a long time to find your dream and hold on to it. All I needed was to fly. It's been a long way from innocence to understanding. Picture of a child at play is how I feel today. And I remember how it all came true. It was all so tender, and I was lost with you by the sweet Sorrento moon. Sorrento moon, I remember you. Yes, I do. I remember how it all came true. It was all so tender, and I was lost with you lovely occasion. Thank you very, very much for the invite. Being a very big fan of the game, this evening it was a great privilege for me to meet a woman that was somebody that inspired me and that I admired as a little girl. We know that there's been a lot of talk in the last few months about this Margaret Court and naming of courts and naming of arenas or whatever, pardon the pun. Whatever it means to anybody, I guess people are talking about it, and so they do. But there is a woman that, for me, defined a lot of things when it comes to being a female and when it comes to the sport and the elegance that she always brought to this sport. Sport is not always associated with elegance, but that's not because it's not. That's because sometimes we don't necessarily focus on that, but I want to take this opportunity to say to Yvonne Goolagong, what a remarkable, outstanding example of a great human being, of extraordinary culture, of an extraordinary level of empathy and understanding. And for all of that, Yvonne, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you, and then to all the other beautiful leading sportsmen and women in this room who put this country on the map. Australians have always been historically great at tennis. And Melbourne puts on, I think, one of the greatest tennis events on this planet. I've been to a few, but I have to say that the Australian Open in January is just a world-class event. So congratulations to all of you in this room who organise it, participate in it, and make the rest of the world dream about how wonderful and beautiful that tournament is. So to all of you, I'm going to stop talking now and do what it is that I hopefully do best, and that's sing. But again, thank you very, very much for the invite. Take care of yourselves. Continue to lift the bar as high as you can lift it. And never ever let anybody tell you that you're not good enough, because that's bullshit. Thank you very much. Here's another song that you might know, and if you do, you are more than welcome to get up, dance and sing, whatever you like. Totally up to you. So I hope this finds you well. Sun is shining down Eastern Valley Way. There's some news I need to tell you. Give my mother a kiss, tell her I'm okay. I recall her words, if it's too easy, it never lasts. I have compromised, now I'm finally free of the past. Now I can dance, clouds have all disappeared, and freedom I hold so dear, 'cause nobody knows me here. Though I can only imagine sadness in your is so right. Like an angel, you see, you have graciously offered a hand. You'd be so proud of me. Now I'm finally taking a stand. Now I can dance. Clouds have all disappeared. Freedom I hold so deep. 'Cause nobody knows me. Though I can only imagine sadness in your eyes. Please understand. Now I can dance. Now I can Now I can dance. Clouds have all disappeared. And freedom I hold so deep. 'Cause nobody knows me. Though I can only imagine sadness in your eyes. Please understand. Now I can Come on, everyone. Come on. Whenever you're ready. Ooh, da-di-da-la-la-la. Your arms are warm, but they make me feel as if they're made of cold, cold steel. A simple kiss, like a turning key. A little click, and the lock's on me. I can't move my arms, can't lift my hands. I won't admit to where I am, but I know, baby, I'm in chains. I'm in chains. I pretend I can always leave. I'm free to go whenever I please. But then the sound of my desperate calls echo up these dungeon walls. I've crossed the line from bed to say 1,000 times and back again. I love you, baby. I'm in chains. I'm in chains. I'm in chains. I'm in chains. A big thank you to James, Susie, Yanya, and Dorian. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Have a really fantastic night and a wonderful year in everything that you all endeavour to be a part of. Thank you very much.
Tina Arena, one more time. It's great. Who was dancing? Were you dancing? Keep it going. She hasn't left yet. What's happened, guys? Where are you? Are you all right? You okay? Everyone's all right? All right, I know what this is about. You've taken your time. There we go. Hi. You've gone to the effort of dressing up. You've come out here. You all look fantastic. And your big problem is you haven't seen yourself on the big screen yet. Is that what this is about? Is that where we've gone wrong tonight? All right, ladies and gentlemen, time now to set your cameras to Instagram mode. Remember, hashtag Nukes17, by the way. For all of you who walked the wonderful blue carpet tonight, here are a few highlights of you guys looking your very, very best. She's ready to go. Camera's ready. Just don't do that Snapchat thing where you look like a dog, okay? Just, you're better than that. Enjoy.
This year, Nick Kyrgios reached his first Masters final in Cincinnati, where he lost to Dimitrov, and then made the final in Beijing against Nadal, as well as a semi-finals loss to Federer at the Miami Masters.
Got out of jail in the most incredible fashion.
This season, he enjoyed 2 wins against then world number 1 Novak Djokovic. Kyrgios saves his best for when he represents his country, and led the Australian Davis Cup squad into the semi-final against Belgium in Brussels.
Enormous from Kyrgios.
An ongoing hip injury forced Nick Kyrgios to prematurely end his season in an effort to return healthy and firing for 2018.
Nick Kyrgios couldn't be with us this evening, so I'm going to chat to our Head of Player Development in Wally Masur. I'm going to talk a little bit about Nick's year. Your thoughts on how the year panned out for him after a really good start at Indian Wells in Miami?
Yeah, I guess you're referring to the back-to-back wins against Novak Djokovic, played an incredible match against Federer in the Miami final, and he certainly likes the big occasion, there's no doubt about that. But probably the highlight from my perspective was just the way that he embraced Davis Cup and the quality of tennis that he displayed in that competition.
Leighton's doing a good job in sort of bringing those boys together in those team environments, isn't he?
He certainly is, and credit to Jason Stoltenberg, and of course Tony Roach is on the periphery. Sorry that he's not with us tonight. Obviously Sue isn't particularly well, but I think Nick has shown, even with the Laver Cup, that he seems to find some sort of salvation in a team environment. He's surrounded by his peers. We're all on a journey, and I think tennis is, it's one of those sports, it's a bit of an anxiety-provoking sport, which you know all about, Todd.
I was never anxious. Yeah. Was I? Well, I'm only just finding out.
You used to get very uptight, but no, look, basically Nick's on a bit of a journey, and it just seems that he's really enjoying the support of his peers and of Leighton and Jason in their roles as captain and coach of the Davis Cup. And he played brilliantly in Belgium. Even though they lost on a surface that is probably not his favourite surface, he absolutely dug deep, and that's exactly what we expect from a Davis Cup player.
Can you be brief on this one? What are you expecting from him in our next season, particularly over the Australian summer?
Well, he should be top 10, basically. Is that brief enough?
That's brief enough. There we go. We got it from Wally. Top 10 next year.
At Wimbledon, Ash Barty and Casey Dellacqua reached the doubles quarterfinals, while John Peers made the semis alongside Henry Continent. Qualifier Arina Rodionova flew the flag for Australia in the singles, saving 7 match points to defeat 16th seed Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. She continued her form in Nanchang, upsetting the defending champion on the way to a last 8 showing. At Newport, Matt Ebden reached his first ATP Tour singles final at the Hall of Fame Open, finishing runner-up to John Isner. And Alexei Poprin broke through for his first ITF title in Poland a week before Alex de Minaur notched his maiden ITF title in Portugal. At New Haven, Daria Gavrilova claimed the prize scalps of Pliskova, Radvanska and Sibylkova on the way to her first title of the season. While Ash Barty and Casey Dellacqua finished runners-up in the doubles. At Cincinnati, Nick Kyrgios was runner-up to Grigor Dimitrov, while Thanasi Kokkinakis troubled Sam Querrey in the final of Los Cabos. In Tokyo, Monique Adamczak and Storm Sanders fell one step short of another title win. Sam Stosur paid a visit to the AO Community Grants recipient Vicky Lee and her emergency services program at Doncaster Tennis Club. At Wuhan, the in-form Ash Barty fell just shy of her second title for the year against Caroline Garcia. Priscilla Hon reached the quarterfinals of Seoul, as did Lizette Cabrera in Guangzhou, while Monique Adamczak and Storm Sanders finished runners-up in the doubles. At the US Open, John Millman was Australia's best singles performer, reaching the third round and equalling his best previous Grand Slam result. Jordan Thompson won an epic 5-setter against Jack Sock, while Alexei Poprin made his Grand Slam main draw debut. And John Peers teamed up with Henry Continent to reach their third major semi-final of the year. Nick Kyrgios shone for Team World at the inaugural Laver Cup, honouring legend Rod Laver. Back on home shores, there were Pro Tour title wins for Maverick Baines, Brad Mousley, Olivia Rogalska and Kimberly Birrell. At the Canberra Wheelchair Tennis Open, Keegan O'Chee won the men's singles and the doubles with Jerry Marcosia. Janine Watson won the women's singles and the doubles with Hayley Slocum, while Riley Doomsday won the junior singles and doubles with Marcus Lentini. And ITF 55+ world number 1, Ros Balotis, was inducted into the ACT's Walk of Fame, having not dropped a set in any Australian singles tournament for the past 2 years. At Beijing, Nick Kyrgios finished runner-up to world number 1, Rafael Nadal. At Hong Kong, Daria Gavrilova reached her third WTA final of the year, falling to Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in 3 sets, while Sam Stosur and Lizette Cabrera both reached the quarterfinals. And John Peers and Henry Continent won back-to-back titles in Beijing and Shanghai. Andrew Harris won his second ITF Pro Circuit singles title in Toowoomba, as did Jason Kubler in Traralgon, while Dane Kelly prevailed in Cairns. Olivia Rogalska also defended her title in Cairns and claimed an AO qualifying wildcard as the best performed Australian over the 4 Pro Tour events. Matt Ebden won the ATP Canberra Challenger and took his ranking back into the top 100 for the first time in 3 years. At the Metropolitan Wheelchair Tennis Open in Sydney, Adam Kellerman claimed the singles title, while Keegan O'Chee and Henry de Cure teamed up to claim the doubles. At the ITF World Individual Championships, There were title wins for Andrew Ray, Peter Froelich, Peter Keller, Margaret Fisher, Kerry Ballard, Sue Walter and Adrienne Avis. While Australia's men won the 75-plus Bitsy Grant Cup, and off-court, Sam Stosur was joined by Craig Tiley and newly elected President Jane Herdlicker to announce record participation figures for the ANZ Tennis Hotshots. At the New South Wales Wheelchair Tennis Open, Adam Kellerman again won the singles title, while Keegan O'Chee and Henry Nakure backed it up again to win the doubles there as well. And Marcus Lentini was one half of the champion junior doubles team. At the ITF World Team Championships in Miami Beach, the 55-plus women won their age division, as did the 60-plus men. And Ros Balotis and Glenn Busby were crowned the #1 players in the 2 winning cup teams. Ash Barty made the semis of the WTA finals in Zhuhai with wins over Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova and Angelique Kerber, while John Peers completed another hugely successful season by winning the ATP World Tour finals with Henry Continent for the 2nd straight year. It's been another remarkable year for Australian tennis.
Well, I've got Craig Tiley with me. And Craig, I actually wasn't the man that was supposed to be doing the interview with you. It was meant to be Dylan Alcott, and Dylan couldn't be with us tonight. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, actually, he's a bit sick. He's in hospital, but he's okay. He's fine, just taking care of himself. He was supposed to be here tonight. One of the things that he wanted to tell everyone that after going through a significant influencing battle is we were able to convince Wimbledon to host a quads championship, so now we'll legitimately have a Grand Slam for quad players. So we're very excited about that because that's taken about 5 years to get there. I was going to say Wimbledon a little slower with things, so it's taken a while. We're finally there.
Good stuff, well done. We just talked about the remarkable year of Australian tennis, and when you look at all of the results that we've just seen, we really have had a very solid year from all levels of the game.
I know we have. It's an unbelievable night, a celebration and a tribute to Nuke. It's been 8 years. It feels just like yesterday we started this journey, Nuke, and it's fantastic having a tennis family in the room. There's been some highlights this year. You've seen already over 380,000 kids, the #1 most participated program within hotshots in the schools. And of course, we've just introduced Book a Court, where on your mobile phone, you'll soon be able to book a court anywhere, anytime, and pay for it. And that's to allow the social player to have easy access to the game. So the team is doing some magnificent things. We have over 500 people working full-time on this beautiful game. And it's an absolute privilege to be here tonight with not only some of the greats of the game, but the greats of our sport that are making it happening day in and day out, with every single opportunity in the community too.
Well, it doesn't seem like long ago we had one of the greatest Australians Open ever when we had Roger and Rafa and the Williams sisters in the final. We're nearly back there again. What can we expect from the AO 2018?
Well, you'll have to ask Nuke and Killer Cahill knows about from a playing point of view, but certainly from an event point of view, we're now 5 weeks. So the players are starting to come here in the middle of December, they train, and we want them to be here in January, and we want the eyes of the world to be in Australia. Of course, starting out in Perth with the Hopman Cup and Brisbane International, and then moving on to the other cities, and then, of course, coming down to Melbourne for the Australian Open. We are going to make some announcements. We've got a special event on Wednesday night. Thursday night, for the first time leading in, we're going to do the draw. Friday night, we have an event, a Pride Night, which is to raise money for the Pride Centre in St Kilda. Saturday's Kids Tennis Day. Sunday night, Pat Cunningham said the motor neurons disease, the Smash MND, Jimmy Barnes concert, and then we start on Monday. So it's going to be a magnificent lead-in, and of course the Australian Open, and if you want any predictions, you're not getting them.
Well, you and your team have done a phenomenal job at building the Australian Open into the tournament it is. Congratulations, and we look forward to another successful one in 2018. Thank you, Craig.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Our nation's tennis seniors are world leaders, both as players and administrators. Tennis is a sport for life, and our 35-plus tennis fraternity is living testament to the health and welfare benefits of the game. On and off the court, the seniors are ambassadors of the sport. The award for Tennis Senior of the Year will be presented by Destiny Iava and Jamie Paulus.
Finalists for the most outstanding 35-plus tennis seniors are Adrienne Avis, Ros Balotis, Glenn Busby.
And the winner is Rose Bolotis.
Ros Velotis is the #1 singles player in the world in the women 55+ competition. Her doubles ranking is #2. She dominates the event and is yet to lose a singles game this year. Her career dominance is phenomenal with a 95% winning ratio. From 206 career matches, she's only lost 11 times. What a phenomenal record.
Phenomenal stats there, Roz. I've got to say, as a senior, do you look at how well people like Roger Federer and Venus Williams are doing at their age and just think, just give me like a wild card into the women's and I reckon I could make it to the quarterfinals?
No, mostly I think, don't let them come and play seniors. I'm quaking in my boots.
Well, you've done well so far. Congratulations. Well done.
Thanks very much,
Great job.
Blind tennis started by a totally blind Japanese player who had lost his sight at an early age, and he always wanted to play tennis. So he originally started it all.
I was 12 years old when I lost my vision. I was a bit depressed, to be honest with you, from having full vision to having 20% in a day or two. I was doing mobility training one day and they said, would you like to come and try blind tennis? And I tried it and I've loved it ever since.
The Greek god of tennis, Chris Cyprio, in his early 20s, he came across, heard about the blind tennis program, and what a change in his life it has given him.
Ever since I've had my guy Dog Ivory, I've been participating in a blind tennis program under Blind Sports and Recreation Victoria, and it's been great. You know, it's been getting me active and physically fit and making me love the sport. Every Fridays, coming every Fridays and having to go for 2.5 hours. It's been great.
Sometimes it's hard to conceive how do you play it, and a number of our accomplished players really thought they couldn't play tennis. And you know, now some of them are going on to represent Australia.
The rules, they differ a little bit than the normal tennis. So we use a different type of ball. So the ball is more of a sponge ball and it's an audible ball. So there's a bell in there so you can actually hear it. As well, with different categories of tennis, blind tennis. So a B3, which I'm in, the category, I get 2 bounces.
As a community, I think if we can become involved in sport and recreational activity, it's a healthier environment. It's a good way of learning how to cope with winning and losing.
I think inclusion is critical. Socializing is critical for blind and low vision people in general. And I think sport just opens up so many doors for them in that sense. In May 2017 was the first international tournament that had several countries participate in it. So it was the first one ever.
The opportunity to go and play international competition on the international level for your country, it was an experience just to get out there and also meet different people from different countries and play the game that we've been playing for the last 5 years.
Going to a country by myself, not knowing the area, yeah, I managed that really well. I was feeling like a pro on the tour. It was a bit daunting because, you know, it was a new place, but it was, at the same time, it was really, really fun. It was, yeah, had a ripper time.
I think if we promote the sport, I don't see why not blind tennis can be one day watched on TV and having its own fans and followers at the Paralympics.
The President of Blind Sports and Recreation Victoria, Mr Maurice Gleeson, is here with us tonight, along with 2 members of Australian blind tennis team, Adam Fayed and Sandra Knight. Please give them a big round of applause. Building a great tennis community is what makes our game thrive at grassroots level. The finalists for this next award have demonstrated an opening and welcoming club culture, attracting players of all ages, abilities and backgrounds. The winner of this award receives not just well-deserved recognition, but also a $25,000 Tennis Australia grant to help them continue their great service. Please welcome John Pearce to present the award.
The finalists for the most outstanding club are Boroondara Tennis Centre, City Community Tennis, Redland Bay Tennis Club, and the winner is Boroondara Tennis Club.
The Boroondara Tennis Centre has 23 floodlit outdoor courts and is one of the largest tennis venues in Victoria, with synthetic grass, synthetic clay and hard court services. The centre runs tennis programs, competitions and events to cater for players of every age and ability.
Congratulations. You seem a bit stunned.
Yes, rather.
What does a win like this mean for your club?
Oh, we're absolutely thrilled. But over to Warren.
Okay, Warren. Hey, Warren, you know, so $25,000. You can give it to the club, or if you want, you can buy Channel 10. What are you going to do?
I think I'll go back to the council with this money, actually. So, yeah, very.
Find a friend. I take it. Right. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
John Pearce reached a career-high doubles ranking of #2 earlier this year and is quickly closing on the #1 spot. Pearce is the only Australian male inside the world's top 10 in singles or doubles.
Pearce again with the lob. Is it in? Yes, it is!
Pearce and Continent won the ATP Shanghai Masters title last month, their second straight after capturing the China Open in Beijing the week prior. Now 9-1 as a team in 2-level finals, Pearce and Continent are 4-0 in 2017, adding to the Australian Open men's doubles title with wins at the ATP World Tour 500 events in Washington and Beijing.
There he is. There it is. Microphone. John Pearce, your final nominee for the Newcombe medal. Save the best for last, mate. Save the best for last.
Hopefully.
Let's start with your most recent victory, ATP finals, back-to-back. How does it feel to be part of history?
No, it feels good. I mean, not many guys have won it, and I've finally got Teddy in one of the records, so hopefully I can keep it going.
And not to be done, of course, your first Grand Slam win as well this year. How did that feel?
No, it felt great. I mean, especially to win it in Australia on home soil and in Melbourne where we grew up. We watched it for so many years. To be able to get it here is something really special.
And of course, a big question I'm sure everyone wants to know, should you walk away with the award tonight, do you have to give half of it to Henry Continent?
He probably won't know about it, so probably not.
All right, everyone, keep quiet. John Pearce, your final nominee for tonight's Newcombe medal. It's happening soon. He's getting nervous. Palms are sweaty. I'm leaving too. I don't know what's happening next. Everybody look over there.
2017 brought clean slates for Australia's Davis and Fed Cup teams. In the Davis Cup World Group, Australia hosted the Czech Republic at Kyrgios and made light work of the visitors. Jordan Thompson made a stunning debut with a straight sets win over Jiri Veselin, before Nick Kyrgios took care of Jan Satrel with ease. John Pearce and Sam Gross's demolition of the Czechs sealed the win and put Australia to the quarterfinals. In the Fed Cup World Group 2, Australia had a challenging first-round tie against Ukraine. After Daria Gavrilova's loss to Lisia Sarenko, it was up to Ash Barty to square the ledger against Elina Svitolina. The Queenslander claimed the first set.
Oh, she does use the forehand down the line.
But she eventually fell to the world number 13, who also took care of Gavrilova in the reverse singles. Barty and Casey Delacroix's win in the doubles salvaged some pride for Australia, despite the loss to the Ukraine. In the Davis Cup quarter-finals, Jordan Thompson again drew first blood with an upset win over an out-of-sorts Jack Sock. Nick Kyrgios consolidated with a hard-fought victory over John Isner in front of a parochial Brisbane crowd. Sam Groth and John Pearce took Steve Johnson and Sock to 5 sets on day 2, but couldn't quite get over the line, leaving Kyrgios to finish the job against Sam Querrey and send Australia into the semi-finals. In the Fed Cup World Group 2 playoff against Serbia, Ash Barty got the ball rolling with a straight sets win.
And she's got it.
Before Daria Gavrilova made it 2 from 2. Dasha also dominated her reverse singles rubber on the way to a 4-love whitewash of the hosts.
Australia avoids relegation and qualifies for World Group 2 in 2018.
Only Belgium stood between Australia and its first Davis Cup finals berth in 14 years. Debutant John Millman clinched the first set from David Goffin, but the Belgium fought back to score the first point for the home nation.
Yes, he's got it this time.
Nick Kyrgios prevailed in 5 sets over Steve Darcis to level the tie at 1-1. And when John Pearce and Jordan Thompson obliterated their opponents, the Aussies were in reach.
And Australia take charge.
Kyrgios snared the first set in the reverse singles, but Goffin staged another come-from-behind victory. And despite Jordan Thompson's best efforts,
oh, what a way to win it.
The Aussies were edged out, ending their campaign in the semi-finals for the second time in 3 years.
Please welcome to stage Todd Woodbridge, who is joined by Australia's Davis Cup captain Leighton Hewitt and Fed Cup captain Alicia Mollick.
Well, Alicia, let's talk about the Fed Cup captain. Not the year exactly you would have been hoping for, but when you look at the team that you've got ahead of you to develop, you've got to be very excited.
Oh, absolutely, Todd. But I think right now where we're sitting, I think we're in the perfect position to build on this year for next. I mean, what a year it's had. And you've spoken about the rise of Ash Barty and what she's been able to accomplish this year. And I believe our next tie in February will be at full strength. It's one of our best teams in a long time. If you look at Sam, Casey, Dash, we've had the likes of Arina Rodionova in the last few years as well. Destiny joined us for one of our last ties, which was pretty exciting. And for players like her, emerging and young, you cannot ask for a better team in terms of role models, which we have right now in the Fed Cup squad. So that's something that I'm really proud of.
And Leighton, you had a really good year. One match away, maybe even a set away from a Davis Cup final that we would have had here possibly in Melbourne. Might have been giving that away last weekend. It was heartbreaking, but hugely promising.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a pretty young, inexperienced team. So coming into this year, it was about building that team culture and really getting the commitment from all the boys. And I couldn't be prouder of the guys. The way they laid it on the line every time they went out there to wear the green and gold. And the match in Brisbane, especially against the American team that had 4 quality players that were in the top 25 in the world in singles, and a very formidable doubles team as well. And the way our boys dug deep there and were able to get that win, in my opinion, that was probably one of the best wins in the last 14 years in Davis Cup. So we did come awfully close. We think that we're building towards something pretty special. And in February, we get another crack against the Germans in round 1.
Talk about just pulling that team together and the mentoring role, because is that stressful for you? You enjoying that, or you would like a little bit more of a relaxed Davis Cup team?
No, I enjoy it. I think for me it's been about man management more than anything, and that's been the biggest change from playing and getting to know these guys away from the tennis court and what makes them tick, getting to know them as people. And I've really gone out of my way the last year and a half, 2 years to do that. And the closeness and the bond that we have within the team, I haven't seen it better in so many years in Davis Cup. So I feel very fortunate to be in charge and to be trying to lead our great young Australian tennis players. And, it's fantastic fantastic to see so many great players of the past here tonight, and you know, we understand as part of the Davis Cup team the history and tradition that we hold as well, representing you guys in the future. So no, it's a tremendous honour.
Well done, well said, both of you. Thanks, Alicia. Thank you, Leighton. And let's look forward to a good year in both Fed Cup, and Davis Cup next year.
The high performance coach is instrumental in developing successful elite tennis players who have the ability to compete at an international level. The recipient of this award has devised and delivered a comprehensive and quality coaching program for their player, including technical, tactical, physical and psychological development. Please welcome Peter Luchak and Alex Deminar to present the award.
The finalists for Coaching Excellence High Performance are Nicole Chris, Anthony Richardson, Des Tyson, Craig Tyser.
And the winner is a well-deserved Craig Tyser.
Craig has worked in Hong Kong and China, but was lured back to Australia to work with our emerging talent and has acted as mentor and coach to many, including Nick Kyrgios, Luke Saville, Jordan Thompson, and currently coaches 2017 Newcombe medal nominee Ashley Barty.
How are you feeling at this point with the Newcombe so close? Ash is up for it. If she doesn't win, are you going to rub this in her face?
Yes, I probably will, yeah.
I love the honesty. Full respect. Congratulations. Well deserved. Great job.
Please welcome back to the stage Todd Woodbridge and Tennis Australia President and Chair Jane Herdlicker.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the Spirit of Tennis Award tonight, would you please welcome to the stage our President and Chair of Tennis Australia, Ms. Jane Herdlicker.
So the Spirit of Tennis Award is really a demonstration of the best of us. It is for a person who personifies great leadership, passion, commitment, sportsmanship, and a dedication to really making their mark on the sport. And tonight we have a winner who has done all of that and more, and built a legacy for us, which we enjoy today. I'll wait for the big unveil, but I'll give you some clues. The winner tonight is the former Premier of Victoria. He was a Premier from 1982 to 1990. He gave us, effectively, what we know today as Melbourne Park. He enabled us to move from Kooyong with the Australian Open to an extraordinary venue, and that is a big part of what's enabled Australia to hang on to a Grand Slam. So we'll be forever thankful, and let's roll to a quick video and then come back and do the big unveil.
One's enough. He's done it.
The Australian Open has come a long way since the 1987 men's final, the last match at Kooyong, which had exclusively hosted the tournament since 1972.
Philippe Le Chartier, who was the international president, was out here for the tournament. In a long discussion we had, he made it very clear that Melbourne had to do something better for an international tournament of that calibre. Otherwise, it would not keep it.
The French Open was in a similar situation, really. We were paying just attention to Wimbledon and the US Open.
In order to sort of get back even close to the levels of Wimbledon in the US, that things had to change.
A driving force behind the original National Tennis Centre, Kane was also a long-serving member of the Melbourne and Olympic Parks Board.
It gives me very great pleasure to declare the National Tennis Centre officially open.
The arena he established would eventually bear the name of another of the game's humble champions, But the man dubbed the father of the facility will always be a pioneer of the sport.
Please welcome John Cain to the stage.
John, come over to the centre for us. Fantastic to see you again. We had the chance to do this a few weeks ago at the Victorian Tennis Awards. Question I want to ask you, because it's important of how we ended up at Melbourne Park, because there were many options and we're lucky that we're there.
I think the proximity to the city, it was the most difficult site politically. There were 7 or 8, all of which would have been easy to choose. Albert Park would have been the easy one. But the enhancement of the MCG, which we were doing at the same time, to ensure the grand final continued to be played there, to ensure that women were admitted to membership of the MCC and other elite sporting clubs on public land, it all hung together. And it's been proved so. Rod Laver has, blossomed into a magnificent complex, serving all the needs of tennis for many, many years to come.
What were the major difficulties? You mentioned a couple there, and might mention also Brian Tobin, who you worked with, is in the room tonight, and he deserves a round of applause too.
Look, Brian Tobin and Colin McDonald were our advisors, tennis people who understood the sport, understood international sport. Colin McDonald, who's not too well, a great gutsy test opener for many, many years for Australia. Colin endured the fast bowlers of the West Indies when there were no protective helmets and no shields. Great player, but understood sport and understood international sport. Brian and Colin, John McInnes, Neil Fraser here, they were our guides. There were some in tennis, notably in the Kyrgios establishment, who didn't want to lose the tennis. But look, Todd, the real thing was that if Australia, as I said in that little clip there, if Australia was to retain international status, and we regarded being along there in the Grand Slam club with Paris, London and New York, and then Melbourne, you couldn't lose that. You had to keep it, and that's what we're able to do.
Well, we're very lucky to have had your vision and your power, your legacy. We cannot thank you enough.
You can, because tennis helped too. Don't sell short those in the tennis family, many of whom are here today, with what they did. Tennis was very good on gender issues early, as we wanted them to be, and they surrendered the other issue we had going at the time was tobacco sponsorship. The Australian Open at Kyrgios was the Marlborough Australian Open, and we had a strong view about getting rid of tobacco sponsorship. That was almost as tough, the tobacco sponsorship in sport and the arts then, as gambling is today. You've got to watch it. They get in under you very quickly. But so tennis was a great leader on the gender issue, as you've seen tonight, and a great issue on all those cultural issues.
You've been a great leader. We cannot thank you enough. We're going to get in trouble for that. They're going to play the music on us in a minute. We better get off. Thank you. Congratulations on the Spirit of Tennis Award. John Cain, ladies and gentlemen. This way. Yeah.
Thanks.
Daria Gavrilova, only 22 years of age, has had another great year. She secured a spot in the world's top 25, and 2018, I'm sure she's going to be headed for the top 15. 2017 has been a real breakout year for Jordan Thompson, with his major performance coming at Queen's, where he beat Andy Murray. His Davis Cup performances have also been fantastic, where he leaves nothing out on the court as he fights for his country. Ash Barty in 2017 exceeded everyone's expectations.
It's the first title for Ashley Barty.
Coming from being ranked outside the top 300 in the world, within 12 months, she zoomed into the top 20. This is Ash's first nomination for the Newcombe medal.
The racket goes in the air. They embrace in the middle of the court.
John Peers has reached number 2 ranking in the world in doubles. He's following in the footsteps of Australia's many great doubles players. I really like the way that John Peers plays doubles. It's fun to watch.
Kyrgios makes it 2 in a row against Novak Djokovic.
Nick Kyrgios had some brilliant wins during 2017, proving that he could match it with the world's best. His Davis Cup performances were fantastic, and he put a real effort in for his country there.
Oh, enormous from Kyrgios.
Providing Nick can remain physically fit in 2018, he should have a super year.
All right, everybody, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Come on! For the first time tonight, show yourselves! There we go! Not so hard! Don't see you up there? Okay, great. Little trick I have, get the room back on side and then kill it! All right, time for the real reason we are here, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the free food and alcohol and people condemning gaming in a gaming facility. But apart from that, there's a giant, just I was waiting for a giant hook just to go. Rrr. Someone will not get their parking validated tonight. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, time to announce this year's John Newcombe medalist. To do that, we need the man in the title, Mr. John Newcombe. Let's welcome him back to the stage. Here he comes. Wait, a little shuffle. Nuke, this is very exciting, our 8th one, and a very, very strong field this year, as much as any other year. But, of course, there can be only one, and if you would like to do the honours, please.
Thank you, Rove. Yes. I first saw this young lady play in the Wimbledon Juniors. And she's come a long way since then.
Act surprised.
I now, in the future, would love to watch her win the ladies' singles at women. Ladies' women's singles at Wimbledon, Ash Barty.
The Newcombe Medal recognises Australia's most outstanding elite player based on performance and conduct, and Ashley Barty is the latest to accept this prestigious honour. It's been an amazing year for Ashley, with an inspiring comeback from outside the top 300 to be the 17th ranked player in the world.
Ash, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now, over to you. Congratulations. What would you like to say? What would you like to say? A lot to take in.
A lot to take in. No, thank you for everyone being here. I think I'm winging it a little bit. I would love to thank so many people in the room, but I think probably for me there are 3 people in particular. Obviously, starting with the boss, Ties. What we've been able to do this year is pretty amazing, and I think for you to jump on board and help me. From last year, we started from 0. We had no ranking. We didn't know what tournaments we would get into, and sort of be 18 months later, we're here. We made it. We sort of did it, and it's been a really special year. I think Narelle isn't here tonight, and she's had a massive, massive impact in my whole career, and not just in the last 2 years where, again, we were starting from scratch. I did absolutely nothing in my 18 months off, and it probably didn't help me out a lot last year, but no, we feel really good. We set up a perfect platform for this year, and I think Narelle has been a massive, massive part of that. A lot of people in this room know just how good she is. She's been involved in tennis for so many years, and I think helped out so many of us in this room. And I think last but not least, certainly not least, is Case, my best mate. Again, she's not here tonight, but I don't think she quite understands how much of a massive impact she has had in my life. Bringing me back into the sport, to be honest. She was the one who started the ball rolling again to sort of finish that unfinished business in doubles, and now we've been able to have a pretty amazing singles and doubles year. And I think Case is my best friend, my mum on tour, my shoulder to cry on through many times, and she sort of helped me through my darkest days, and has been able to share this year with me, and really help through it the most. So I think Case is probably the biggest thank you of all.
Congratulations, Ash. Now, ladies and gentlemen, time to please charge your glasses. You can have one, Ash. You've earned it. Yeah, oh, trust me, I will. It's been a rough night. Oh, don't you laugh. You were responsible. All right, I shouldn't sip. You should go first. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please stand, or just raise your glasses, please, to your 2017 Newcombe medalist, Ashley Barty. That was a good drop, everyone. It was a good drop. Now comes the fun part. For those of you who have been here before, you will know that we have a little tradition here where we attempt to get a Tennis Australia family photo. But before we do, I want to start. If you have ever played professional tennis, we're going to get you to come up on the stage very soon. So start getting yourselves ready. And not just, oh, I was a ball boy once, that doesn't count. But in the meantime, a big thank you to Tennis Australia for having us here. Thank you, Tina Arena. Thank you, Tim Campbell and Band. Thank you to all our presenters. Thank you, Todd Woodbridge. And Jen Hansen as well. Thank you very much. And of course, once again, congratulations to Ash Barty and all our winners tonight as well. Big round of applause to everybody. And of course, John Newcombe as well.